Goose.
Huzzah!
What a great sight.
Huzzah!
Rocket boots.
Yeah, there was some rocket.
Yeah, there were some rocket boots involved, but first is the first half of the session, which didn't even get recorded, so nobody knows what happened there. But,
well, I mean, I suppose technically I was there for that. Not that that means anything, because I was really out of it.
So you guys finished up your stuff on the shores of Ice Crown, of, I should say, Northrend. And you guys sailed back, killed some killer whales, and you got paid. You had a few days in Orgrimmar to spend your monies, got all kinds of cool magic items. And then you guys got called into a meeting where War Chief Garrosh told you of a plan to basically take over the entire continent of Kalimdor, starting with an attack on Northwatch Hold, and eventually to Theramore, which is the mission you guys were essentially recruited into as part of the Horde army. But before you could go on this mission with Garrosh, you were actually recruited by Bane, the Tauren High Chieftain, to instead help him get his people to Northwatch Hold via the Great Gate in the Southern Barrens. He needed help with the ballista that are currently pointed at the Great Gate, which is where his people will be coming from to try and attack Northwatch Hold. And he requested you guys to basically sneak around the Alliance lines and attack them from the south, while the trolls attack them from the north and distract a lot of their armies. If you can take out the ballista, then the Tauren will be able to come through the Great Gate and will be able to make their way eastward to Northwatch without taking a bunch of hits from those ballista on their way there. And you guys set out on this mission. You guys went through Duratar and then the Northern Barrens before eventually reaching a set of rocket boots that you were a little leery of, but eventually you, on the word of a couple guards, used them and were able to cross the giant chasm that the Cataclysm had rent in the world, separating the Barrens into the Northern and Southern Barrens. And then you made it into the Overgrowth, which is the first portion of that trek into Southern Barrens, and were attacked by two large, hulking overgrowths, are actually what they're called, but manifestations of this mystical jungle. You guys were able to defeat that after shortly having a little bit of digestive issues with Oz being nearly eaten by one of these things, but eventually you guys defeated both of them and then decided to just camp out in the Overgrowth. You were able to make it through the night, and that is where we start our journey today. You guys wake up in the Overgrowth. It is still early morning. You guys went to bed just shortly after dusk and got a nice rest in, so it's really early, a couple hours before we see dawn coming up. And so what would you guys like to do? You guys can see out in the distance, if you guys actually open up the map for Southern Barrens, you can see that forward command is actually what you're staring at here on the screen. It's a small Alliance encampment. They've got basically spikes around it to try and keep people out, and they do have some ballista and things. But this is just kind of a go-between between Northwatch Hold and the main army that's outside the Great Gate, right near the ruins of Tarajo.
So this is the thing we're supposed to attack?
No, this is not what they wanted you to attack. This is their little base. But if you see to the left of forward command, you've got the ruins of Tarajo and Vendetta Point. The army's basically between those two locations. It's right outside the big gate to the left there. That gate is, behind that are the Tauren, and they're going to be wanting to come out of there. But there's an army in front of that would stop them from doing that without some resistance.
Okay, so there's like a little pile of hills there. We're kind of like near
they're basically just on the road. Just like where the road stems to the left. And you guys are just north of those two little hills next to where it says forward command. The actual forward command are those two little triangles there.
Yeah, a little tense.
So yeah, there is a little bit of room. You guys see off to the east. There's this large wall of mountains that separate the Barrens from Duskwallow Marsh. There's a little bit of room there. You guys can either try to sneak around that way and try to come down south of Ruins of Tarajo, or you guys can go on the road. Vendetta Point is actually a horde encampment, so both sides tend to not attack anybody on the road unless they're like obviously part of the army. So a small troop like yours might be able to slip through, but they might harass you. It just kind of depends on the situation.
So do we want to like sneak through this, guys, or are we just gonna go through and get our ass? What's the plan?
I don't know. Either works for me.
How do you say, let's sneak around?
Okay.
Okay, so you guys want to try and follow the rock wall around the back?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Well, then you guys will be rolling some stealth checks for me. And one thing I've been forgetting, for Tala, you are in heavy armor, so you are at disadvantage for stealth checks.
Oh.
Very nice. That helps.
And this is a group stealth check?
Yes. So it'll be a group stealth challenge. You guys will get to add 10.
Do I need to roll one for the Panther?
Yes. So now, with all of those plus 10, your lowest is 12, but the high average, the DC was 12, sneaking behind the rock wall, so you just barely made it without Andrew maybe taking some ballista shots. Oh, wait, no, you have disadvantage. That means you actually got a 0. That's my bad.
Still,
okay. So yeah, as you guys are sneaking along the back wall, it's the middle of the night, so you're able to make it without anyone noticing you. As they do hear a little bit of clinking, you kind of hear that classic human, huh? Who goes there? But they don't.
Must have been my imagination.
Must have been. Yeah, you got it.
It's like I've played a video game before. Weird.
But you guys do sneak down and manage to get past forward command. And then shortly after that, you guys end up seeing the day break. And you're heading south. Beyond that, you kind of rejoin with the road. And you see Camp Tarajo go by on your right as you're kind of sneaking in towards where this army is located. And you see it is in ruin. This used to be a nice little encampment of almost like a trade area where there were some people being trained there for healing and for different professions and stuff because it was right on the road. But they also did have some military training there, so the Alliance decided to attack it and just completely destroy it. You even see the occasional human darting about, trying to see if there's anything worth grabbing and running away with. But you guys do eventually make your way by that, and you end up landing still fairly early in the morning at the Great Gate entrance. So now this is basically, you guys are south now. This is exactly where Bane had asked you to be. You look out and you see not this nice clear thing that you see right here. This is just the landscape. You see an entire army of Alliance, and it almost seems like they're perturbed. You imagine on the other side that Bane has gotten all of his Tauren together, and they are about ready to come out of the gate at any point. They said they would come out shortly after sundown on the night you guys are at. But first, the trolls would attack from the north, and many of this army would go north to respond to it, and then after that he wanted you to attack and try to disable the ballista. But it's still early in the morning. You guys have at least 8 hours. You guys got here early. You guys have at least 8 hours before sundown. So is there anything you guys would like to do to prepare? Or just in general, anything you guys would like to do until then?
I just kind of want to watch and see if they are looking to see if anyone might come from behind.
No, they really don't seem to expect anybody coming from that route. Everything, you can tell that they are definitely watching closely on the gate. Some people are scaling the rock walls on each side to see over and try to count numbers. And every once in a while, you see a shower of arrows go at these people as they're noticed. You actually see one get hit and fall back into the bramble up on top of this hill. So you can see there's a little bit of back and forth going, but mainly it's just these giant ballista that everybody's worried about. And you can tell these things are big, and each shot could probably take out a couple of large Tauren. So you can see why Bane, wanted you guys to try and disable these before he let his people out.
How many are there?
There are 5, and you can count. You guys take a little while to try and count the troops, and you don't get an exact count because they're still kind of moving between here and forward command. But you can see there's about 100 or so soldiers. There's definitely more than you guys would want, and there's a lot of like officers, and you see a few magi. You see a lot of things that you wouldn't want to go right into, obviously, right now, but you assume that it's going to be less once this attack happens.
How many does Bane have?
Oh, well, Bane has, hundreds and hundreds of, like he's got the entire Tauren army back there, and you're not able to see it from here, but you can hear kind of the drums. Like, they're kind of trying to agitate the Alliance on purpose. They're kind of trying to be this big thing. So A, they don't notice you, and B, they don't notice the giant troll army that's coming from the north.
Gotcha.
Is there an easy place that would seem to make sense for us to kind of stake out to launch the attack from nearby?
Yeah, you guys are already there. You guys are kind of hiding in the brush a few hundred feet away, and you guys have a very good view of it, and they don't really seem to be concerning themselves with anything coming from the south. They've got an eye on the north because they know Vendetta Point's up there, but there's really nothing of interest to the south. It feeds down into Thousand Needles, which just had a massive flood. Nobody's coming from that direction. So, and then there is an entrance to the south to Duskwalla Marsh, but that's Alliance-held territory, like where Theramore is. So,
there's a horde camp there.
There is a small horde camp there. That's true, but they're not expecting the Rage Roar to attack them from that angle.
There's an Onyxia there too.
I think Onyxia has been defeated by this point, but yeah.
That's fair.
there is a cavern of well-known of black dragons there.
Leroy!
Yeah, pretty much.
That was Upper Blackrock Spire, though.
That's
right.
Leroy. That's still a good reference, though. I still appreciate it.
It's true. That's fair.
Anything else you guys want to do? Because I realize this is off-center.
I'm going to see if anyone wants to play dice. I will play dice with myself.
Any takers? You're playing the dice version of Solitaire.
Yes.
The best version there is.
Alright, so the day goes by, you guys get some rest, you relax, you kind of watch the patrols, you get an idea of what their equipment is. Most of the, a vast majority of this army are just basic soldiers. They're not going to be anything compared to you guys individually. The big challenge is their numbers. And eventually the sun does go down, and you start to hear the army on the other side of the wall growing a little bit louder, getting a little bit closer, as if they're piling in, ready to burst through the gate. And then all of a sudden you hear just a big commotion from the north, and you start to see the trolls pouring out from the area of Vendetta Point. They start attacking, and about 3/4 of the people that are guarding these ballista do head forward. They end up leaving about what you would roughly count as 20 to 25 of these Alliance out here. And you figure that's about how many were told to stay here to just protect the ballista.
How far away are we?
Well, let me give you guys a visual as you are hanging out in the bushes back here.
There's a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, there are still quite a bit, but far less than the 100 that were just over there.
25, yeah. I see a thunder lizard too.
Yep, there are the occasional. No, I'm just kidding. That's not really there. That was on the map. I should have gone down and killed it so it didn't have the name in red. All right, well, then it's on you guys. What would you like to do?
Do we sneak up or do we just go?
Are we supposed to?
Sneaking's been working pretty well for us so far.
Are we supposed to wipe out all of these ballistas, or just the one? Or
All of them.
What Bane told you is that the more you could take out safely, the better it would be for his people. He said, just do what you can. Was kind of his message.
all right, well, speed seems like it would be the answer there. Let's.
All right, the first thing I need you guys to do is decide what to do with your mounts. One thing I had forgotten to mention, especially to you, Goose, who was not here during that part, is you guys all did get mounts to ride to here. And so now you've had your mounts back there. Are you going to ride them into battle, or are you guys leaving them behind? Like, there are a lot of trees you can probably affix them to, and
No, I would leave mine behind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave mine behind and get 5 feet closer.
all right.
Actually.
So as you take that first step, go ahead and roll a stealth check. It's pretty low DC. They're all very distracted looking at the gate. They're not looking your way, but
I don't have proficiency in stealth.
you make enough noise, they'll probably turn around. No, you're good. You're good. They didn't see it.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of look over my shoulder and just kind of shrug, like, "What are we doing?"
All that time, and you didn't even make a battle plan.
I say we kill this one, and then when he dies, we go for this one, and then this one, and then this group, and then this group, and then, My character's a bit reckless.
A bit reckless, eh? Alright, well, let's go ahead and have you guys roll initiative.
I mean, I'm in charge range. I'm ready to go.
If I remember correctly, I get advantage on initiative, so I'll roll twice. And
You get advantage on initiative?
it's one of the hunters thing.
Oh man, I'm going last.
Looks like we still need a kitty, and that's about it.
It's coming. Give me a second.
No, I'm not going last anymore.
Alright, let's see. Let's get these in order. Alright, looks good. So, first one to charge into the battle here. Now, you guys get a surprise round. These guys did not see this coming. They are focused to the other direction. But first up is Oz.
I will bonus action rage and charge in and attack this one, spending 2 rage points to use the charge action. Oops.
Charge!
And I have advantage if I move at least 20 feet towards him and make an attack. That's
Nice.
So, there we go. 27 with a crit.
Yeah, that hits.
You gonna splat this guy?
Oh. 14 plus 22 plus 7 for the vicious on the maul.
And that's
so
the top one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, instantly crumpled. Yeah, not even a problem.
All right, and is it? I get 1 point of rage when I hit somebody. Is that
Yeah,
how that
each
works?
time you hit, you get a point of rage.
Beautiful.
And each time you hit and you don't spend a point, you gain an overpower stack for the next hit.
Cool. All right, and second attack on just out of go, the one at the bottom, I suppose.
Sure.
10. I assume will not
misses.
hit. All right,
Nope.
that's my turn.
All right. Next up is Tallulah.
All right, so would I know? How popular are elephants?
Oh, I apologize. I forgot I have Savage. Well, the guy's dead anyway. I don't do the extra damage. I splattered him a little bit more.
Cool. You yeah, basically you run up with your vicious maw, you bring it down, and you basically splat this guy into an accordion effect. Like it just goes down, and as you lift up your hammer, like it starts to come up a little bit, but then kind of recoils. It's very gruesome. And then the second one just turns around in shock and just barely dodges. Like, whoa, where did you come from? But elephants, fairly common. Like you've seen, elephant is the wrong word. Elephant is the wrong. Yeah. No, actually, it would be a.
Do I know what an elephant is?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna polymorph into an elephant.
Okay. Let's see.
I knew where that's where that was going.
Should I give you? Yeah, here I'll get you control of an elephant monster.
Yeah, it is in the compendium. That's easy.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, it was supposed to teleport in here. Damn. Where'd my elephant go? It's not putting it on my sheets though. It's weird.
I have all the stuff in front of me. I can just do it.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to bring up the thing, but I wasn't able to add it as a sheet for some reason. I blame Roll20 slowness.
Stop being mad at the inner tubes. They're being taxed.
Accepting drop from compendium. Let's see. Well, yeah, you can bring it up. Just roll what you need to roll, and I believe you.
Yeah, well, I can't go anywhere right now. I had to move.
Do you want to dash? Or no, you already used your action.
I can't. Yeah.
Okay, well, they see a giant elephant trampling up towards them, and
You should get out of the way.
They are terrified now. They're all kind of shaking as they kind of recoil. Next up is Amane.
Alrighty. Let's see. First round of combat, so I do get an extra 10 feet of movement, although I don't think I'm going to need it.
You've got the high ground. You're up on a hill right now.
Yeah, but I want to make sure I'm always going to be within range of the pistols and things like that.
Sure.
Alrighty. So I'm going to make since it's the first round, and they haven't acted, I get 4 attacks. All of them are at advantage.
We'll see some pew-pews.
Yeah, the last one will be the one for the extra D8.
Okay. Only the first one hits, unfortunately.
They're all at advantage, though.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they haven't,
are broken.
if they haven't taken their action yet in the first round of combat, actually, I don't even think if they haven't taken an turn yet. I think I get it. So if we have a surprise round, I might get it again.
Yeah, you will. All right. So yes, all of those hit with the 15 just hitting.
Okay.
These guys are all in like splint armor, so they're a little bit armored. But all right. So the first one is 12 damage. Probably, I'm guessing to this one, the closest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot, and if that one dies, then move on.
Yep,
move on, as
12
usual.
for that one. The 7 and 11 are taken up by this guy. And then,
And then
10
15.
damage. Oh no, 15. Yeah, then that takes out this one. Just all three of them just get impaled by these bullets, just falling back into each other and just pelted with lead. And suddenly you guys can see this first ballista. It really has no one to cover it. There's one more person trying to guard it, but the operator's been killed, and there's only one person left guarding it. Anything else for you? No, that's action, bonus action. You're good. Tala. One thing I will say is don't forget you got a free action on your sword that you can activate to have double movement speed for 1 turn.
Which I should be able to get all the way to... I just checked. Should be able to get to...
Yeah, I think your base movement speed is 30, so you'd
Yeah,
be out
yes.
of range to get there without it, but you can double your movement with that Wraith Walk to get there.
You could double your movement to 60 and get into one of the piles if you wanted.
Yeah, you can get anywhere.
That's what I was just thinking. Might as well go. If I'm going to do it, I might as well go all the way in. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to activate the Wraith Walk.
So you see Tala, for the first time, really utilize the Death Knight powers that are really noticeable. She kind of raises her sword up and becomes this almost incorporeal form of Tala, and doesn't walk, but glides across the battlefield at double the speed as normal, and then reapparates here as the Tauren form you all know.
Rollins gonna say, "I told you being dead was cool."
Yes, 25 hits. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as I slam my sword into it, I turn around and give him a look, just like just not annoyed, but just a look.
What?
So
You can't tell me that wasn't cool.
We're fighting people outnumbered 5-1, and you guys are having an argument over whether being undead is cooler.
All right, this one's looking pretty rough after that 8. So that took it down quite a peg, but it's still up.
And I'm gonna hit it again.
He's dead now.
Yeah, we'll just hit the delete button.
Oh, but no, it's fine.
Definitely gone. And as you slay them, you notice something very strange that happens, and nobody else sees this except for you, Tala. There's a little ball, almost a little ball of energy as you see the life go out of their eyes. Just kind of pops out of them and just kind of sits on the ground, right about here. Just
Can
a
I
little
kick it?
ball of energy.
Can I kick it?
Well, as soon as you touch it, it dissipates and apparates into your weapon.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
All right.
So, and do I notice anything about my weapon as it apparates into my weapon?
You can feel it getting slightly stronger. It wasn't a huge boost, but it was just a tiny little something that made it a little bit like you can almost feel like it's gathering power.
Okay.
Anything else for you?
No, I'm good.
All right, Rollin.
I am going to go right here,
Alrighty.
and I am gonna sword this guy.
Alrighty.
I forgot to put my magical sword. Does it do anything? No. Okay. So it'll be basically the same as this.
13 would miss.
All right, then I'll shoot him with my gun.
Okay.
Cool.
Bummer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my turn.
All right. The Panther.
Alright, Panther has just enough movement to run up here and charge this one. And it's gonna make its attack. God God every time, and this is where he dies.
Always on the charge. Always on the charge, man. Every time. By the way, I realize now I deleted the one that has their initiative, so let's go ahead and re-roll that as a 12.
It was yeah. I was about to say. I think it was a
It
12.
was definitely a 12. Oh, not that one. Let's see.
Suddenly, all 15 of these guys down here, 16,
Just
are going to turn on the
pounce on it.
panther.
You realize this every round, every time we start combat, it's the same thing. Alright, because his best thing is to pounce, right? So run in there, pounce, and then it's just like, he misses, and then they go, really? Stab. He's dead.
Yeah.
Except I also realized I wasn't leveling him up like I was supposed to, so he actually has more hit points now.
That's good. Alright, anything else for the Panther?
Nope, that's it.
Oz.
I'm unmuted, so I was saying stuff, and nothing was happening. All right. Yeah.
Oh, that's the way like our Oz.
I know, that's right. All right, well, I'm just going to find the next nearest group, and I'm going to charge in. I will use...
Alright, so, this one... Well, we'll say you took a little bit of a roundabout. You had the movement for that. Yeah, no problem.
Sure. And we'll use 2 rage points to charge again, and I'll attack this guy. 16.
You get advantage?
Because I used the charge action with my rage.
Right. Yeah, 16 hits.
Okay, so top guy takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage. I don't know why I did it twice, so but to 13. And second attack on him, assuming he's still standing, is 21.
No, the first one for 13 damage takes him out.
Oh, okay. Well, then that'll be on the bottom one. 21.
Okay. Yep, 21 hits.
So it'll be 15 plus overpower of 4, so 19.
Yes. And so now you're at 2 stacks of overpower.
All right. That's it.
All right. Tallulah, the Elefante.
All right. If Ruby got right in the way.
Whoa. Oh, there's the music.
Yeah, kind of cut out for a second.
It was shocked by the elephant running.
It got scared too.
It's all of them. So scared.
Could you make my token a size larger? I just have to see how. There we go.
That's fair. Kaboom!
Well, there goes my original plan.
I keep loading up Great Gate Soldier, and it keeps loading up as an elephant.
So they all have to make. Wait. Oh no.
I think I
So
screwed
one
this up.
so one of them has
accidentally.
to make a strength save.
Yeah, I think I screwed up my Great Gate Soldier, unfortunately.
You changed them all to elephants, didn't you?
I did. I changed them to elephants.
That's a natural one, so I miss.
At least their character sheet I changed to an elephant. That's pretty great. Let's see. To go and find their actual stats.
Ba-ba-bum.
No, it wasn't that one, but I guess we'll go with that one for now. Alright, so strength save. Let's see. 13. What was the DC? 12? Yep. Just barely stays up, but is knocked kind of to the side. How much damage?
None. I
Oh,
missed.
okay.
I rolled a natural one.
Ooh.
That's it
Bummer.
for me.
Okay. All right. So next up is Amane.
All right. I'm gonna move down to here and start working on this group down there.
Okay.
I only get 3 attacks from now on, but they're all still at advantage because they haven't gone.
Yep.
Why is it not going? There they go.
Yep. All 3 of those hit. All right. So the first one takes a lot of damage and almost gets down, but then just gets destroyed by that second hit, and then the 13 is enough to kill the second one.
What?
But yeah, you guys are starting to
And-
mow these guys over, and they're finally starting to turn around and see that this that all these people are attacking from behind, about ready to act. But first, Tala up top, you just basically sucked the soul out of one of them, and now all 4 of them are just looking back at you in sheer terror.
Oh, man, I screwed that up. Okay, that's all right.
Would it be possible to take like a really like an attack at 2 of them, like a swipe where I'm just trying to like dig into both of them at the same time?
That's called cleave.
Could I try to cleave these 2?
I think you have to have a thing for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be taking away from what some of the other class features are.
Cool.
So yeah.
So I'm just
But
gonna
you do have 2 attacks.
I'm gonna take out this guy in the middle.
All right. 28 hits. And it's almost enough to take him down. They are bleeding profusely as you just slash right across the chest. It goes through their armor. And they fall to one knee.
And I take off his head.
Yes, you do. Head
the
gets
second
lopped
time.
off. And
Like, you almost
another
kill him.
orb. Another orb appears right next to you.
And I'm gonna step in the middle of the 3 of them and just say, "Who's next?"
All right. Well, now we got some attacks coming in. The ones that are not operating this see a lot of these come by, and they're going to step back a few paces and try and spread out a little bit. The ones that aren't engaged, and they actually take out. Never mind, they don't do that because I didn't have that. I don't have that on this character sheet. They're gonna move in with spears because that's what's on the new character sheet. And so they have reach. And let's see. One of them march out to meet you.
Yes. Sorry, I'm getting excited for my next round.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. They don't know about any line magic coming at them here. All right, so this is gonna be. They all only have one spear attack. So they're gonna attack 3 for Tala, and those all miss with your ridiculously high armor class. A lot of attacks to the Elefante.
And as they attack me, I just kind of stand there, like looking very, very aloof and pissed off. Maybe having to deal with this.
Pretty much, right?
Swatting at gnats.
So we got 5 on the elephant. What is the elephant's armor class?
You rolled 6, it looks like.
Did I?
No, you didn't.
So the elephant's armor class is 12, looks like.
Did Thomas fall asleep?
No, sorry. I mean, yeah,
All right.
12. I think.
All that damage for you, my friend. As you just get impaled by a bunch of spears in your elephantine form. And, unfortunately, you'll have to make 5 constitution checks. Or, concentration checks.
Oh, is that a thing?
Well,
that a
wait,
thing
did
where
you
you're polymorphed?
cast polymorph, or did you cast shapeshift?
I guess polymorph.
Yeah, so you're concentrating on polymorph, so whenever you take damage, you have to make a concentration check to maintain it. Yeah. The only one that would have come close is the second one, which was 10 damage. So yeah, no. You maintain all of those.
Nice.
You're gonna have to
And-
show me how to do that later.
And with 76 HP, you're still an elephant. All right. So then we've got 3 attacking Oz. The 18 and the nat 20 hits, of course, but. So 13 damage to you. One's gonna attack the Panther and totally whiff. 2 for Rollin.
Both of those miss.
Yep, because they're at disadvantage, and 1 for Amane. 18 hits, I assume? For 4 damage.
That's me.
That's to you. And that's
right.
all. That's all of them.
I got something for them after this.
Rollin.
Alright. I am going to try to stab this man.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Something's dumb. Okay. Short sword. Does a 20 hit?
20 definitely hits.
Okay. So he is going to take... Ignore the sneak attack. 9 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot him with my pistol.
14 just misses.
That sucks. And I'm going to step right here. And I know I'm going to take 2 attacks of opportunity. It's fine.
Okay. Does a 16 hit for the first one?
Yep, both of those hit.
Okay, 15 damage. Actually rolled pretty good on
Ow!
that. Yeah.
They weren't hurting other people that much.
They really don't like you.
I guess.
They just rolled higher on their d8s.
Just more racists against undead.
Well, yeah, of course. You're Forsaken.
It's
You
not
were
my
once
fault.
one of us, but now are
not.
not.
It's not my fault.
Panther's turn.
Alright. He's just gonna try to make a bite attack.
Alrighty. 12 misses. These
That's
Panthers,
it.
man. What is up with these Panthers? It's a
Yeah,
7
I'm ready for him
roll.
to- Well, to be fair, I could have a half CR higher animal. I've been going with the Panther because I thought it made more sense. Yeah, if he dies, I'm probably taking that.
Yeah.
Poor Panther,
Okay.
you're already kicking him to the curb.
Alright, Oz.
They have yet to do 1 point of damage.
This is fair.
Well, there's still 3 next to me.
Well, they did a little bit of damage on the boat when I was operating your Panther.
Let's see.
In that first battle
Yeah.
when you disconnected.
I think those were fighting words, dude.
I know. I'm like sitting there like,
All right, I will attack the one to my left.
Okay, you got 2 overpower stacks, and you crit. So that's 4 extra d6 on top of all the normal stuff.
So 24 plus 7 is 31 plus 4d6 on the one on the left.
More accordioning going on here.
There you
I
go.
imagine you actually like smashed his head into his chest cavity. Like
And then the one beneath me, 19.
Yeah, 19 hits. So now you're up to 3 extra d6.
Stop damning me. 13.
Which is your cap right now, by the way, but yeah.
13 plus 17, 30 points of damage on the one below me.
Yeah. No problem. These guys are just flying back and forth. One of them actually lands and spears themselves on the ballista.
All right, well,
anything
that's it
else?
for me.
All
No,
right.
that's it for me.
Elefante.
All right. I'm gonna try to gore one of these babbies.
Alrighty.
$18 to hit.
Yeah. Big time.
Wow, newbie cow. That's hilarious.
If you think that's funny, you should see him when he shit talks
24
at
damage
girls.
to that one.
Yep, that one's gone. You see it just get completely gored on, let's see. What would an elephant gore them on? Oh, the tusk. It's right on the tusk, and now you've literally just got one of these guards just hanging from your tusk as you swing back around.
I mean, it'd be
Completely
pretty wild if you gored him with your trunk. You like literally just shove your trunk through
Well,
it.
for a minute there, I was thinking like, okay, they're a Tauren, so they have horns. So just transform. No, wait, no, it's tusks. Yeah. Took me a second.
Dude, the tusk thing sounds like a weird form of Japanese porn.
Huh.
The trunk thing, rather.
Oh, probably.
Anything else?
That's all I can really do. That's it for me.
Alrighty. The turn we've all been waiting for.
Alright, there could be a lot of attacks coming up right now.
Alrighty. Yep.
Just giving you a moment to read all that. So I'm going to use 3 attacks, and I will spend 3 focus points. So,
Well, let's do them one at a time.
yep, all the way to this one can go.
Yeah.
So first one. Son of a-
11 misses. But do you spend the focus point before or after you hit?
I have to spend it before.
Okay.
I have to say it before I roll the attack.
Fair enough.
So I missed that. Next one.
Yeah, that hits.
Aha. Okay. Well, no, I have to make a separate ranged attack roll at disadvantage for each one of them. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
So I
that
got
was for
4.
the first. That was for the first one then. This
That was for this guy. Now I need to make 4 of them at disadvantage.
Okay.
No, who did we lose? No, we lost Thomas. Oh, Thomas is back.
I thought he fell asleep on the keyboard and disconnected himself.
So the 19 hits this one, and the 15 just hits this one.
Okay. So 3 damages coming up.
So that's for the first one. They go down. See, this one's looking a little bit rough. And this one's looking very rough.
Okay. So this is my last attack now. I'll attack that one. Normal.
Oops, didn't mean to post that. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, we all know you have the clip now. Alright, yeah, that one gets hit. I'm sure it'll go down.
Alright. And
Roll
3
for one.
disadvantages.
Oh, it's piercing again. Oh, I got you.
Oh yeah, I'm doing all, like, they're all in a line. I'm doing all of them piercing.
Okay, so the first and the third hit.
Okay.
So just go ahead and roll damage for the first one. I'm pretty sure he did 2 damage. But yeah, definitely. Okay, and then for the first guy, 14 is enough to take this one out. And then 6 is actually enough to take that one out. So yeah. Boom, boom,
Okay.
boom, boom. Just fanning the hammer. Just right down the line. You take out all but one in front of you.
And I'll look down at the one that did damage and be like, that's what you get.
Alrighty.
And that's it.
Tala.
So, are they wearing helmets?
No. They have a sword and shield. Or no, sorry, a spear and shield. But most of them still have the shield on their back and are using 2 hands to wield the spears.
So do we think I have enough strength to pick them up and slam 2 of them in the heads, their heads together and crush them?
Sure. Make a strength check.
No!
Okay, let's see.
Is that the way to do that?
Yeah, so you grab 2 of them by the head and you go to bonk them against each other, but they're just strong enough to resist as you try to pull them into each other. That's your first attack. If you'd like to make a second.
I kind of just fling one of them
So you grab one and you're going to attempt to throw them?
I drop one of them and stab the other one.
Okay, unfortunately you go to reach back down to grab your sword and try to come back up with it, but the swing's just a little bit off, and you don't quite land on that one.
I just look at him and say, "Would you just die?"
Looks back, you'd be like, "No."
I don't wanna.
Yeah, and they'll go back to attack you. So you get 3 spears coming your way. Hey, I think I finally hit you with one of these.
You did. 21 is my AC. So
Yeah, so 8 piercing damage to you.
And I just give the guy a look, like, who did it? Which one did it?
This one.
Yeah, I just look at him, and it's just like, mistake.
Mistakes were made. Alright, so 3 are going to attack the elephant. And all 3 of those hits.
24.
Is that enough damage to knock you out of elephant form?
Oh no, elephants
Okay.
are very, very tanky.
Let's then let's do the 3 concentration checks. So
Oh, sad
actually,
face.
so yeah, you lose your form on the first one, and then your Tala form takes 12 damage.
Unless you have Warcaster.
Do not.
So you have to maintain
But
concentration.
yeah, those do hit me. Damn.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Right. The the 18 and then the 23 would Okay. And
Alright,
then
just so you guys
one
know,
is
I lost video for just a second, so I'm blind for just a second. So keep going.
okay. So one attacks Oz, and one attacks the Panther. And that Panther's getting lucky. That's the second natural one. Like this one clearly is the ballista operator and hasn't wielded a spear in a while. And it is Rollins' turn.
I have a feeling it's going to be dead anyways in a moment.
Yeah.
Not the Panther, but, you know.
Rollin is moving to right here. Going to attack this guy with Sword.
Okay.
Yes, the classic.
You have
Indian
advantage.
attack. Sword.
Yeah, 16 hits.
Is he dead?
Yes, definitely.
And then Rollin is going to turn and shoot this guy with pistol.
Yeah.
With a pistol?
Yep.
Or pistol?
Yep, that's
No
enough.
sneak, no sneak on that. But
Yep, but the 7 is enough.
and then is going to move to right here.
Okay. Panther's turn. Time for redemption.
Alrighty. He is going to run to here. Was that?
Advantage.
Yep. And that was more than 20 feet, so he's going to make his pounce attack, and he's going to do it this time. Come on, baby. Probably not.
22. It was because with advantage. Yeah, that hits.
Ah, he finally gets to do it. Yay! So it has to make a DC 12 strength saving throw. Damn.
Makes it.
Well,
Actually, kind of
here's
like bounces off of Tala a little bit and gets a little help accidentally.
Well. Oh, I did with bite. It was supposed to be a claw, so, but they have the same attack bonus, so
Sure.
I'm just going to do that and do the damage this way, because it is different damage.
Alrighty.
And that's it for the Panther. Okay, now he's finally done a point of damage. He can stay.
Alright, and as we start the third round, you see the great gates start to creak open, and you see a few Tauren, including Bane Bloodhoof, charging through at the head of the pack, and they are coming through the great gate in massive droves now. kind of seeing that you guys have distracted them, and there's just no way they're going to operate these ballistas while they're just being brutalized by your crew.
I don't know if
Speaking of which,
the right word.
Oz?
I feel like obliterated is the right word.
Obliteration. Oz's turn. Just jumping right in the middle of them. I love it.
I think you're muted, Brian.
That was 2 rage points to charge and attack the top one.
I think you were right.
Alrighty.
23. So 11 points of damage plus 10 more. So 21 on the top one.
Okay, so you get 1 for the next one because you spent points on that charge.
Right, got it. Yep.
But yeah, definitely kills the top one, no problem.
And the bottom one, 26.
Okay,
So 8
and 1d6.
plus 8.
Well, 1d6, not the 3.
I thought I carried it over round to round. Well, then it's 3.
If you spend your rage points for an attack, then you don't get to carry over overpower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, in that case,
So then you get the 3. So it's actually 11 damage. It's just barely still alive.
in that case, then I'll obliterate the top one with the second attack.
Wait, what?
You said 11 damage wouldn't finish off the top one because I wouldn't get the bonus damage.
The first one, when you charge and you attack, you get to use your 3 overpower for that one because that's carryover from the last attack. But then you've spent points and you don't get to carry over to the next one. You just get the 1.
Okay, in that case, 11. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm done.
All right, Tallulah.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I'm just gonna cast Flaming Sphere right here.
Okay. So 2 of them have to make dex checks, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's on the end of their turn. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But I will use my bonus action to slam it into one of them.
Okay.
Will make them to make the check that takes damage.
Okay, so 18 was the first roll?
Yeah, so he succeeds, so he takes half.
Okay.
So he takes like 3 damage, 2 damage.
Okay. Anything else?
I think that might be it for me.
All right, I'm on
I'm
it.
pretty limited.
Yeah. Miner will go here, and we'll just start. There's 3 of them over there. I'll start attacking these ones up here.
The 27 hits. And yep, that's enough to take that one out.
Cool. And is that a bonus action? Oh wait, I already used it. Never mind. That's it.
All right, Tala. This bottom one just hit you for the first time in a while.
Exactly, and I take my sword and run it straight through its face.
Yep, right at the face. Let's see how much it pierces. Yeah, you go directly through the little slit, right next to their face, right in by the side of the nose, and it just comes out the back of their head.
And I rip it straight up, like out of this.
Like the bloodline almost gets to Rollin.
Nice. You deleted your guards from the queue again.
That's okay. I know where they are.
I look at his friend and swing at his arm.
Yeah, so you go to swing the other way, but you're still trying to get it out of the head of the first one, and
swinging the guy around on the
so the one guy kind of comes off through the flaming spear, gets lit on fire. Now the ballista is up in flames, but the swing didn't quite hit the second one.
And I put my sword down and just look at him. My sword is like the tip of it is on the ground, and I'm just looking at him with my just like, all right, what do we do here?
All right, so they're gonna try to move away from that spear that was hitting them with fire. Which, by the way, does Tala have to make a saving throw?
Yep, technically.
Yeah.
Tala, make a dex save with disadvantage because you're in plate armor.
Oh, well,
I guess I should have moved, huh?
Well, do you make dex saves at disadvantage being in plate?
Maybe that's a
so.
that's a homebrew rule that I saw somewhere. Never mind. We'll just make it a straight dex save. Yeah, you save. So you take half of 5, so 2 damage
Awesome.
from the
big
fire.
damage.
Like you don't care. You're like, yeah, whatever.
I now I'm just picturing myself standing there with my blade, like holding the hilt with the tip on the ground, like looking as I'm on fire, looking at staring at this guy.
There's only 3 of them left. One goes into spear and completely misses Tala. Just doesn't know what to do, and is actually gonna then turn and run for cover and trying to hopefully get back to forward command. But you can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like, Tala.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that hits.
Back of his head.
Yep, does not get very far before you spear it and then throw it on the pyre. And then the second 2 attacks are 16 to hit Oz and 17 to hit Tallulah.
Just
No.
barely hits.
Negative.
Alright, so the 17 for 5 damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Make a save. They gotta make a save at the end of their other turns.
These 2?
Ones that are within my flaming thing.
Oh, there are no more. Tala eliminated all
Oh,
of
they're all
those.
dead.
Yep, Tala has been destroying up there. Rollin. You got 2 left in front of you, and the Tauren are almost upon you at this point.
I will sword this guy.
Uh,
17 damage.
Yep, 19 hits with flank, so yeah, definitely gone.
I will step here,
Uh-huh.
and I will
Shoot the
Pistol
ballista
this
at Bane.
guy.
I knew it. You're a traitor now.
I will shoot this guy.
Okay. I don't think you get advantage on ranged attacks, do you?
I wouldn't know, because I'm engaged in melee, but I have this, so it means
it's
that
technically still not a melee attack. You would only get flanking,
Okay.
I think, from a melee attack.
I can't make 2 melee attacks. So
Yep.
There
So
we go.
we'll let the Panther finish it off. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Yeah, with the Panther. Yeah, right.
I mean, it's almost dead. By the way, sorry, I have the wrong.
I still gotta hit it.
The wrong color here. It literally has 1 HP. Spoilers.
It did.
We're gonna win.
Yep. The Panther lunges out at it, bringing it to the ground. You see blood spurting up as it rips through its throat. And just like that, the battle is won. You guys have eliminated the Alliance forces here. You look out to the north, and the forces there are being decimated. And best of all, Bane Bloodhoof and the Tauren are running through the Great Gate. They are completely unharmed by these ballista. And you actually see some of them start to break off of their charge, including Bane, but some of them continue charging north to flank and attack the rest of the army from behind. But some of them go to the ballista as they look like they're starting to get ready to push the ballista to the east and start to assault forward command with the Alliance's own equipment. As you guys manage to save all but one ballista that's currently on fire next to Tala. That wasn't part of your duties, but they'll definitely take it. Alright. So let's get back over to the non-tense battle music. So back in Southern Barrens.
Did we
Bane-
lose Thomas?
I am here.
You're
Yeah, I
not
think-
in the roll 20.
What? I am on my screen.
Oh, that's weird.
You
It doesn't.
just popped up right now.
Yep. Now it says you're back.
Yes, he's
Weird.
Back again.
Back again.
Oh wait.
Tom,
Oh no.
Thomas back.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I have the pre-made character sheets up on my screen again, and now it's not even in the same game.
Oh my god. Time to call Roll20 technical support.
For those of you who don't know, I deleted a pre-made character from one of the modules, and now they pop up on my screen all the time,
What?
no matter what
And
game
now,
I'm in. This is the first time it's happened in a different game.
Yeah.
But
Some weird stuff going on.
I mean,
Sorry.
Roll20 definitely is going to have to ramp up their servers for a little while.
I have
Wow.
Archer Fighter in parentheses Noble that keeps coming up on my screen.
Nice.
I like how you're being haunted by bad character sheets. Like, oh god, no.
I just didn't want to use a pre-gen.
You will use a pre-gen!
That's not how you play.
Alright, so as you guys finish the battle, you start to clean yourselves off and regroup a little bit together, and Bane approaches you as the rest of the army heads off to the north to join with the trolls. He walks up to you guys and says, "Thank you very much, champions. You have saved many Tauren lives. Very, very well struck."
Yeah, whatever. All in a day's work.
I say, of course.
Glad we could help.
And he goes up to you, Tallulah, and he says, I wish to give you all something for the gift of life that you've all provided for us, saving so many of our Tauren. We really appreciate that the risk that you all took, sneaking behind enemy lines and attacking so swiftly and efficiently. And
You know what? You don't have to give us anything. We're just happy to help and make sure no one got hurt.
Well, if you don't mind, I actually have another request for you guys, and I have this for you. And he hands you it's a small necklace with a wooden shard attached to it, and he says, "This is a shard from my father's rune staff. It's a magical item that should help you in the coming journey, in the coming war that we're about to wage." And he gives you the shard of the Bloodhoof rune spear.
Oh, fancy.
He says, "My father would. We attempted to reassemble my father's rune spear after his Makara with Garrosh, but we were not able to reassemble it. So instead, we've decided to repurpose it. And I know that he would love nothing more than for a fellow Tauren to wear it, one that has done good for the sake of our people."
I'd be honored.
But heroes, I do have another task for you. Word came from Garrosh Hellscream, and he wishes for somebody to travel into Duskwallow Marsh to the Rage Roar clan and see if someone can't recruit the Rage Roar clan to
Come in.
join us when we make our march towards Theramore.
Yeah, right there.
I can think of no one better to handle this task than all of you.
But Garrosh is a douche.
Well, don't tell anyone. He kind of looks around. He's like, I sort of agree with you at the moment. However,
High five.
he offers you like a kind of a half-hearted high five, like it's like it's a little too familiar, but he's gonna go with it anyway because he really wants your help with this because he doesn't want to send any of his own people to do this because they're already they've already got their assignments. But will you be willing to take up this task if you can approach from the south as well after going to see if you can recruit the Rage Roar into our attack on Theramore. You may also be able to cut off any escaping members of the Alliance from Northwatch as they may try to send somebody out to Theramore to warn them of the coming attack. It also wouldn't hurt to have a group such as your own attacking from the back end of Northwatch Hold while we assault the front.
Rollins is gonna kind of look to everyone else to see what everyone else is thinking.
I'm just petting my kitty.
And then he kind of looks through, and as none of you respond, he kind of looks over to Oz as maybe someone who might be more the leader of the party and give the go-ahead or not.
I'm sorry, my wife distracted me, but I heard my name. Repeat that.
Bane is asking for another task for you guys to go through Duskwallow Marsh and approach the Rage Roar clan, really the only Horde outpost. You guys know that this is really the only Horde outpost left in Duskwallow Marsh, as Theramore is kind of pushed further out into Duskwallow and taken over most of the area. But this is like a small clan of ogres and some Horde representatives that stay there just kind of as like representatives. He wants to see if you'll recruit them into their effort to attack Theramore after they're done with Northwatch Hold.
I'll respond that I'm better at swinging my weapon than speaking, but whatever needs to be done, and I'll shrug.
Well, sometimes
It's okay.
Sometimes the swing of the hammer is just as convincing as words.
If there's anything left afterward, that could be true.
He looks over at some of the accordioned alliance on the ground. He's like, well said.
It's okay, I'm good with words.
I'll go get our mouse.
Very well. And,
Perhaps I'll talk to them.
Oh, it's
All
fine.
right.
I'm good at talking to people. People like me.
All right, so having accepted a second task from Bane, you guys go back and get your mounts. And you guys start to head south on the road. As you do start to see the behind you, the armies have now come together. The Alliance army has been defeated outside of forward command, and you see them start to form up. You figure they're going to go out and attack forward command, go through that, and then from there they'll be on to Northwatch Hold. But you guys will be able to move a little bit faster because, of course, you've got a pretty unimpeded path around to the south end of Northwatch Hold. So you guys continue south on the road in the Southern Barrens, and you guys pass by a newly forming alliance settlement called Fort Triumph. And again, you guys take the road that's slightly to the left, but you can see the fort kind of over this deep crevice in the land. And it's being newly built. There's still a lot of unconstructed buildings there. There are some people, but it's not highly fortified, and you're not entirely sure what's going to happen, but you think maybe this might end up getting attacked at some point in this push. But you guys push on past it.
We're going through to the other side.
And then
You guys are all gonna die.
probably not the best idea. But then you basically you hang a left after Fort Triumph, and as you're going south, and you head on into Duskwalla Marsh. So let me give you guys a visual. While I'm at it, let's go ahead and get rid of some of these real quick. So as you enter Duskwalla Marsh, very thick, swampy kind of area. Instantly you start to get a little bit more of that humid moisture in the air. And actually, now that I think about it, we should probably put up some Duskwalla Marsh music, which I did not have prepared, but that's easy enough to find. So you guys start going down the cobblestone roads, and it's a very well constructed road path as you guys go through. You do see out on the sides, you see the occasional, swamp kind of beast. They have the occasional crocodile rolling around in there. These kind of large bugs, like large flying bugs, but they don't fly very high because they're kind of heavy. But most of these things stay off the road because anything that comes too close to the road tends to end up getting dead pretty quickly. There are guard patrols that go up and down these roads occasionally.
I hate the swamp. It makes my skin flints.
Your skin what?
Flints. FLENSE.
They probably have an ointment for that.
Probably do. So where you guys are headed is, if you look on the map, it's Brackenwall Village. It is the only Horde outpost in Theramore. And as you guys start to go down the road, eventually you come to a very specific set of crossroads with two different symbols on each side of the road. There is the Alliance Highway, which you guys know goes pretty much straight across the middle of the road, straight to Theramore. And then there is kind of a left road that is designated for Horde travelers to go to Brackenwall Village. Even though the Horde and Alliance are never really partners, they do have their own areas carved out. And before this, we're not in active war, so they have their own designated areas and don't tend to mess with each other too much, as long as they stay on their own sides here in this area. So which road would you like to take?
Well, the left is where we're supposed to go to talk to the... What were they again? The ogres or something?
Yeah, so this is the Rage Roar clan, and they are in Brackenwall Village. That's where you guys are headed.
Sounds like that's where we should go.
All right. So you guys go up the road. It's a couple hours at this point. You're getting close to the dead of night, but you figure that if there was any place you were going to bed down for the night, you would be welcome to stay at Brackenwall. So you forge ahead, and eventually you do find the path kind of breaks off from the cobblestone and is more like a dirt/mud path. But you do eventually get there to the outer gates, and the first thing that greets you are a couple of large ogres. And they're kind of guarding the entrance, and as they see your party coming, they say, "Hey, who there? What's your business?"
We're here to talk to the Rage Roar clan.
She's very excited about it.
What business have you?
Well, Main Bloodhoof sent us to talk to them. Who are you?
Me? My name's not important. Go on in. Just taking it as in like You can tell he's like he doesn't want to give you his name because he's afraid he'll get in trouble. Now that you've mentioned you've mentioned Bane Bloodhoof, High Chieftain. He's like he hears that name and he kind of like softens a little and is like, yeah, you can go in. You can go
Well,
on.
that's awfully rude. Then I would walk in.
Well, ogres, not well known for their
Intelligence.
or their niceties. But as you walk in, and this is a very homely little settlement they have here in the middle of the jungle. They have cleared it out. They've got a nice fire. They've even got a makeshift little inn, which is just kind of like an inlet of stones there in the background. But mostly it's just these large ogres and the occasional horde representative who is kind of here to just try to keep the peace and to provide a little bit of extra security. But it's really not even a fully walled-in area. Like there are breaks all over the place in the wall that just lead straight out to the jungle, and it's really more of just like a stopping area on the road. So now that you guys are in Brackenwall, what would you like to do?
All right, who's in charge here?
So you go around asking, and the person they point you to is, let's see, I have his name in here. Overlord Morak. There we go. Say that 5 times fast.
Morak.
Got him.
Pretty good.
So he's a large gray ogre. He's got a lot more armor than most of the other ogres have, which most of them just go pretty much with the loincloth routine, But eventually you do find Overlord Morak, and you find that he is asleep for the night and doesn't want to be disturbed.
Wake him up.
Okay, I'll go get the boss. One of them runs back and wakes him up. He comes out and he is grumpy that you woke him up, but he is here in front of you. Hey, what you want?
Out of character, I didn't think that would work.
Bane Bloodhoof sent us to get you guys to help us fight Northwatch Hold or something.
Oh. The Bane? Why they attack Northwatch?
'Cause we're going to attack Theramore after. It's on the way.
Alright,
Between here and there.
make a, I'll have you make a persuasion check. I'm gonna say it's a straight roll, because it would be advantage with you mentioning Bane, but you also woke him up in the middle of the night, so he's a little pissed, but he's listening.
Okay. Persuasion, not one of the ones I have expertise in, but I'm okay at it.
10 was the DC. So,
Better lucky than good.
it's like, alright, when they attack Northwatch.
I'm gonna look to everyone else because I don't remember.
Well, you guys didn't ordain to ask. You guys didn't ask any details of any of this from Bane.
Right now, he said go up there.
Well, we not ready to attack now.
Okay, I'll just go tell him you said that.
When can you be ready?
One day, maybe 2. Need to get supplies ready.
Yeah, no, please, take your time. We definitely don't want to make you guys feel rushed. We're coming into your place, and we want to be respectful.
One day.
I look at Tallulah like, what? No.
He's looking at Tallulah like, there's one of you that's not a jerk in the group. That's good to see. But he's like kind of nodding at you like,
Her yet. Give her time.
We attacking Northwatch harder. Not great path up into Northwatch for large group of ogre. But
Bane wants us.
if Horde attack Theramore, we attack Theramore with Horde.
Is that what Bane told us to do?
Yeah, he wanted you to join it for Theramore. That was his main thing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, we get ready and we meet en road to Theramore. 2 days.
Okay.
All right. And then he goes back to sleep. And if you guys want, you can push on, but you figure that you've been up for a while and you're all starting to get a little bit tired. There's even an inn here, even though it's not like great, but you guys get the point that this could be a good place to bed down for the night.
That seems like we should bed down for the night.
Yeah, looks like Thomas is already ready to bed down for the night.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. Let's Theramore right now.
Well, you don't want to attack Theramore right now. That'd be You guys are heading on to Northwatch after this.
Let's just skip that one and go to Theramore. We'll go around it.
Your fatigue is getting the better of you. You're like, I gotta get through this. I gotta go to bed.
I'm an elephant. They can't stop me. No, so we're going with the. So these guys are ogres, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going with the ogres.
Well, the ogres aren't going to come with you to Northwatch. They, you just basically walked in and convinced them to join you when you attack Theramore proper. But Northwatch Hold is just the little military encampment north of that.
So we don't need them for that.
No, the Horde will be able to do that on their own. That's gonna be a pretty easy fight for the army.
Cool,
Theramore is the challenge.
Tallulah is ready for the slaughter.
Yes.
So you guys pushing on, or are you gonna bed down and get a long rest first? Okay.
Rest.
All right. So you may take a long rest. You guys are in a very well guarded, protected area, so no need to do perceptions or anything. You're basically staying in an uncomfortable inn. And then you wake up, and it is still the early morning, but the sun has risen. And so you guys, anything you want to do here? Anything you want to try and buy or get before you leave?
Place is a dump. Let's go.
Fair enough.
These ogres wear far too few clothes as well.
Yeah, that's true. You occasionally see dangly bits that aren't quite covered by the loincloth.
Ogre dick, yuck.
Way to make it weird.
So you guys continue on there's a little bit of a path that leads northeast of Brackenwall that kind of puts you back on the main road up. But after this, there's basically Alliance-held territory, so you stay on the road, but you stay kind of cautious, and eventually you get to a point where you start to see a little bit. You start to see, like, off in the distance, there is a human settlement that's kind of just a stoppage along the road. That's one of the sentry points here that's owned by the Alliance. You guys start to approach it, but you can see there are a lot of Alliance here. There's probably about 30 or 40 soldiers just within the tower and around the tower. So you guys kind of sneak around it. There's a little bit of a dirt path that leads north, and you get the idea that even though there's not a direct road to Northwatch, that this is kind of about where you're going. You also kind of go past what is that there? The Blackhoof village. That's where the Grim Totem are, centrally located. They're kind of now enemies of the Horde. They're a different, kind of like a different variant of Tauren. They're just kind of like a different sub-race.
They're assholes.
Yeah, pretty much. But they're up there, but you avoid them easily enough. They're in their big giant fortress up there, and you just steer clear of them. And then you guys head north on the road. And there's a little path. It's kind of hilly, so it's a little bit tough for your horses, or your mounts in general. Some of you guys are on wolves, and
Some of us aren't.
Some of
Some of us are on big things.
Yeah, the riding kodos. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Those things.
Some of us wanted to be on wolves.
But as you draw yeah. Anyway, no. As you guys draw closer to Northwatch Hold, you start to hear the clang of battle, and this is kind of what you expected. You kind of expected to have them attacking first, and you're essentially trying to pick off. One of the things that Bane had asked you to do is to try to pick off any stragglers. And you guys actually see, as you kind of emerge from the swamp, you see a rider that's kind of going along the water, and is kind of heading up the path, about 50 feet away from you. Is one of the he's one of the humans who appears to be riding in the direction of Theramore.
About 50 feet?
Yeah, like he suddenly starts to look over and see you guys coming out, and then like is now urging his horse to go into a full gallop.
I throw this at him.
Aha! All
So
right.
I need to make a ranged attack roll. It'd be the same as me throwing my dagger.
Sure.
Or using my dagger. 18.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
He
He's
needs
just-
to make a DC 20 strength check.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
He's wound up.
He's just a basic rider, and he gets knocked off of his horse and actually kind of tumbles into the water a little bit. He's kind of riding along the coastline there.
Oh. Walk over to him and drag him out of the water.
Okay,
Where you going?
I surrender. Don't hurt me. I was
Okay.
Where you going?
I was sent to Theramore to send word that the attack is going on.
Well, we can't have you do that.
Were you the only one?
I think so. There's not really a whole lot of people to spare.
I want to insight check that.
Sure. Make an insight check.
I have a -1.
He seems to be telling the truth, and you also notice that he's peeing his pants.
Oh.
Or maybe that's just the water, but it kind of smells like he's peeing his pants.
I druid craft some nice mint and sage so that the smell gets,
Alright.
so that the smell isn't as bad.
Okay. What else would you guys like to do?
So, can you tell us anything about what we might encounter at Theramore? How are the defenses?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about Theramore. I travel back and forth. I mean, they have big gates with guards, but they have like 2 gates. But I'm mostly stationed at Northwatch Hold.
Roland's gonna like pull a knife out and kind of just wave it in front of her. Like, are you sure you're telling me the truth?
Sure, make an intimidation check.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
then Roland's gonna pull out an orange and start peeling it and like eating it and being like, because if you're not telling me the truth.
And he sees the orange start to kind of go into your mouth, and then as it kind of falls through, kind of sees it fall out of parts of your body that aren't like fully complete, like, and is very creeped out by your undead nature. Yeah, God, yes. I'm telling you all I know. I swear. There are guards. There are some guards at the southern gate of Northwatch Hold, and they're guarding anyone that might be coming from that direction. But it's mostly for the sea. They don't expect anyone to come from this side. But there are some guards there, but not a whole lot. Most of them are fighting the horde that are coming from the north and from the west.
Rollins gonna look to everyone else and be like, "What should we do with him? We can leave him here.
You have to promise not to tell anybody that we were coming.
Oh, we can't let him go,
Oh.
cause then he'll go tell him, won't you?"
Well, no?
He's lying.
Insight
I can
check.
tell.
Yeah, sure, make an insight check. Yeah, he's lying. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know where to go. I mean, I've been sent to Theramore, but,
You know what we could do? We could let him go, but then we could break his knees. That way he can't make it in time.
oh god.
That seems kind of mean, but I don't really see another option.
And you see him kind of frantically looking around, like seeing if he can come up with a solution.
I take out my quarterstaff. I just take out my quarterstaff. Okay, hold still.
Oh god.
I'm like, wait, we could tie him up.
He's tied up right now. We can just leave him here, wrapped up in my thingy.
I mean, that sounds better than breaking my legs.
But wouldn't you lose your thing? What if we need that in the battle?
Well, I mean, I can only use it really once per day. And, I mean, he's in that thing, and unless, like, I tell him not to be, basically. Like, try to get out. If you have him make another strength check, if he fails it, he, like, can't get out of it until oh my god, he made it out.
He tries to, and he breaks out of it. He says,
I hit him in the knees!
That actually breaks that. Oh, I'm so sad.
I hit him in the knees.
Okay. You hit him in the knees, and you break his leg. He
Oh
is...
god, I'm sorry!
Oh god!
Rollin is rolling on the ground, just cackling. Rollin thinks this is hilarious.
I cast Healing Word.
Okay.
I heal his injury.
Yeah, and so he stops screaming, but he can't quite move. He's like slowly
God.
trying to crawl.
Sorry,
away
I
from you
panicked.
guys.
Oh, that was horrible. I'm sorry, I panicked. No, please stop running, please.
It's like when you've wounded a small animal and you're like, no, sorry, I didn't mean it.
Oh, what's wrong with you people? I didn't even know the horde took prisoners.
Okay, I'm just gonna knock him out until we figure this out.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. He's got no armor. Yeah, he gets knocked out.
Oh god, that was horrible. I didn't... Oh no, what do we do now?
He broke my thing. I'm really sad now.
We'll get you a new thing, don't worry.
Alright, well, what would you guys like to do?
Do we have a shovel?
No shovel!
Well, you didn't even know what I was going to suggest.
Well, I don't trust you with shovels.
What does that even mean?
You know what it means.
No, I don't.
I think that we can trust him.
You said he was lying earlier.
He is lying, but then I broke his knees, and I feel like he learned his lesson. And I feel really bad, so I really don't want to hurt this poor man any more than we have to.
I wasn't going to
No,
hurt him. I was just going to
he's
bury
lying.
him to his neck. I won't hurt.
Oh, I don't have a shovel.
Huh.
And then you notice his horse is sitting a little bit of ways away, and it's got like a travel pack on it. And partially, among other things, includes a little thing of rope.
I go and grab the rope and just looking at these two that have like created this giant mess, and just proceed to start tying them up to a tree.
Yeah.
Like just not even just ignoring everything that's happening with the nonsense between Rollin and Rollin.
I would like to think that Rollin and Tallulah don't even notice.
Yeah.
They're still discussing.
Yeah, Tala and Rollin, make a perception check.
I'm making
Yeah.
I'm making friends with the horse. I cast animal friendship on the horse.
Okay. The horse. What does the horse have to make an intelligence? Oh yeah. Yeah. So Rollin, you notice, but yeah, no, Tallulah, you don't even notice that these guys being tied up. You're too busy casting animal friendship on the horse.
I'm trying to ask the horse if it runs away, if it can just take him on the horse tied up and just run in the other direction for a long time.
Let's see. So what do I? Let's see.
That's not a serious plan. I'm just.
If the beast in challenges is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Wisdom saving throw. So let's see.
I'm gonna be really sad if this horse doesn't want to be my friend.
This is a riding horse.
Makes it safe and it just kicks you.
It's got an
Shit!
intelligence.
That's the
of-
DC.
It's got an intelligence of 2, so that's a -4.
What's a wisdom
So-
save though, isn't it?
It's a 10. No, it's an intelligence. Let's see. Oh, you're right. It is a wisdom save. Okay. Its wisdom is 11. So yeah, that's a 14.
Shit.
So as you start to approach it, it just gets scared. Like you're not one of the Alliance, and it starts galloping away. It's running.
I'll try to use animal empathy to calm it down and have it.
Kneecaps. No, I'm kidding.
Oh god, you broke my kneecap! Now they're gonna turn me into glue! Oh man. So what does this do?
Animals like me. I'm friends with them.
Brian, are you muted?
Okay.
Apparently, yes.
Oh no! Stop muting yourself.
Sorry, Michelle keeps coming in here, so I mute it, and then I forget to unmute it.
Aha. Yeah, I was about to say, like, Oz is just sitting back there, just constantly rolling her eyes. And...
What I actually said was, Oz yawns, grabs his unconscious body, throws it over her shoulder, and continues to ride on.
Aha. Well,
I guess we're going.
You're too late. He's already tied up to a
Tied to a tree.
tree.
Fair enough.
Do you
Either
still
way, it
do you
removes
still
the
want to
problem.
chase after the horse, Amane?
Yep.
All right. So the horse kind of approaches you again a little bit, still a little sheepish, but you can speak with the horse. What would you like to say?
Get
I'll
the
just
shit out of
tell
its
them-
bags.
We don't mean any harm. I'm a friend. We
How
promise not to-
important is this horse to us?
It's very important.
Like, no, seriously. Like, do we need this horse? Because I can get us this horse. I just need to know if it's worth it.
It's the horse.
I don't know. I
Get
think
the
I
shit
got
out
the
of its
horse.
bags. Get the shit out of its
Yeah.
bags.
I'll just convey that we're just trying to get the stuff out of its bags, and it's free to go after.
Hang on, out of character.
Okay.
Do we need the stuff in its bags? Like, because I can get us the horse. I just want to know if it's worth using. the
Yeah.
spell
So
slot.
the horse is okay with Amane, and you go up and you grab you've already grabbed the rope, and you just kind of grab there are like there's like a day's rations. You actually find 3 gold in one of the saddles, and that's pretty much it. There are no weapons. There's no nothing. Like, it looks like this was pretty hastily thrown together, and you do find one missive that's in the saddle. That is a note that seems to be written from one of the generals in Northwatch Hold. Just a missive to Theramore that they've seen Horde ships approaching from the harbor, and they had gotten reports that Forward Command had been attacked and had fallen to the Horde.
I'll toss the envelope to Oz.
I put it in my bag and carry on.
All right. So you guys have successfully thwarted the word getting over to Theramore, it would appear. And
Well, if that guy's woken up before we
I'll bring
go, I'm gonna go up to him and tap him on the forehead and say, If you get free somehow and you go warn Theramore, I will make it my life's mission to hunt you down and gut you like a fish.
He's
He
still,
means it.
he's still unconscious, but you feel like you probably still got the message across.
Intimidation! 12! Not so good. I rolled a 3. Okay. I think we're off now.
We're off.
All right, so you guys continue up the road, and it's not a very long. It's not a very long travel to get there. Let's see. Upon cresting the final hill of this pathway, you see the back gates of Northwatch Hold, and specifically, there's a path that's leading down to a harbor on the eastmost coastline. But you do see a bunch of guards that are sitting up here in the gate entrance, and you even see a few bowmen on top of the settlements. But it appears like they haven't seen you yet as you approach. So if you guys would like to figure out anything you'd like to do before you approach from the backside.
Did you say that we hear the sounds of combat?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can hear up in up in the north western part of this area. There's definitely a lot of combat going on. Like you hear things that are being smashed. You hear a lot of human screaming in particular. And you guys know that this is a small outpost. If the Horde is bringing their entire army to bear on it, there's not a good chance for it to do anything against those kind of numbers. But Bane had said that it wouldn't hurt to have people attacking from the other side. They just wouldn't be able to get a large army around through Duskwall Marsh fast enough, like your guys' little crew.
Sure. So, how many guys do we see manning the wall?
That is what you see right now. You see 5 soldiers that are standing in the area of this little opening. It's like a pathway between a main, sentry tower here and then the wall here. Like, it's not a completed gate. There's just a little path.
Do you have a map up that we can't see?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. Here, let me move you guys to it. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's much clearer.
Yes. I was explaining it almost like you guys could see it or something.
Weird.
I know, right? So, what would you like to do? It doesn't appear like they've seen you yet, so if there's anything as you come out from the brush and go and crest the last hill there. This is kind of a raised area, like this pathway. This is the main pathway, and it leads pretty uphill as you go up here.
I'm gonna kind of nudge over close to Mane and say, "Hey, you and I should take out the archers on the wall, cause we're the only ones with guns."
And it's worth noting, you really can't see anything past this line. Like you can see the top of the hill, but the angle that you're at doesn't really allow you to see past right about here. But you can hear battling going on behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can take out the foot soldiers if you 5 want to take out the archers.
I'm gonna look at Oz like, how is the big torrent supposed to hit them? They're on a wall.
I was just trying to keep the responsibility equal.
Uh-huh. Well, Rollin's gonna start sneaking over this way.
Are we sneaking?
I'm gonna try to for a little bit. I'm gonna try to right here.
We're sneaking just close enough for me to be in run range.
just close enough for me to be in shoot range.
Sure.
Ditto.
Yes, I would also like to sneak up to about here.
All right, well, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Can I shapeshift into a small animal?
Sure.
I'd like to shapeshift into a very small animal and
newt.
walk up to all the boys over to the foot boys over here.
Okay. What animal would you like to shape change into?
A small house cat.
Okay. So I'll have you also make a stealth check.
I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Let me make a stealth check, or
Oh,
I
okay.
just want the guards to be like, oh, look, a cat. Can I make a deception check?
Sure. That sounds good.
Shit.
I feel like being a cat, you should get advantage. Like,
That's
they don't
fair.
expect to be deceived by a cat.
Or do they?
Dun,
dun
dun.
dun dun.
Bum bum
They're
bum.
bad people.
Let's see. So
They're bad people.
Said they're dog people.
Well, okay. To some people, that's the same thing.
let's see. Perception is intelligence based, right?
Wisdom.
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 Uh-oh. It's getting
Yeah,
slow.
you know, they don't really seem to pay a whole lot of attention to you. They're just kind of, oh god, there's a cat up here? Where did the looking around, like there's the sea and there's the giant swamp with all the really deadly like crocodiles and shit, and I'm like, where did this thing come from?
How close can I get?
You get the sense that they're not super friendly. One of them, one of them, kind of like actually like they all have their blades readied because their job is to guard this area, and one of them kind of is like side eyeing you, like they might swipe at you if you get too close.
All right, here's my question.
It's one of like this guy right here. He appears to be allergic to cats or something. Like he doesn't want to see you get too close.
I would like to get into the middle of all of them and then undo my thing and then cast a spell. Would that be possible? It's okay if you say no.
So you can try. You can certainly try. Go ahead and make a just make a dexterity check.
I don't do those.
You're a cat.
As a cat.
But you're a cat, though.
I am a cat.
So now you kind of do them.
Kind of.
House cat should have like 22 decks.
No, it's 15.
That's still decent.
Yeah, no, this one swipes at you. It's gonna make a spear attack. And
Miss.
misses. So yes, you successfully get into the middle of them. But God,
I'm gonna drop.
fucking
I
cat.
drop-
Do I see them like
Achoo!
trying to attack him as a cat?
Yeah. And Tallulah only. So I'm gonna give you guys this information, but but it's really for Tallulah only. As you crest, you see a bit of a different figure here. Seems like he's a little
Shit.
bit more armored.
This wasn't part of my plan.
And then you also see a figure kind of hiding back here, like in the area. You see two similar figures, like one that's inside the fortress and one that's kind of just sitting outside it. That they seemed robed, and they carry what do they carry? They carry like a mace, but it almost looks like it's some kind of special mace that might have some magical usage for it.
I realized I should have asked if you guys were ready to attack, but I'm already over here.
I'm
So,
always ready to attack.
I'm gonna drop my cat form and cast Thunderwave.
All right.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. When I saw it attacking the cat, my character would have seen combat started and would have started firing.
When I see that, I'm gonna shoot too.
Well, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Do we get a surprise round because we were unseen?
I would say Tallulah gets a surprise round, and we'll get.
I'm
to do
assuming this is
one.
my surprise round.
Yeah, we'll get to do this as their surprise round, and then it'll go into regular initiative.
All right, I'm casting this at 4th level, by the way.
I could have probably been nicer to you guys and asked to see if anyone else wanted to make like held things, but let's see. Let's see. So then we've got that one.
Is this like is this rough terrain or a tree? Like what's right here?
That's
It's a tree. It's not really rough terrain. It's
Right,
just
but the point
there's
is
a
you can't-
trunk that like
you
right
can't
in the
get up
middle
to
of
those
it.
Guys.
But it does give a little bit of cover to the guys back there.
Okay.
As does there's a little wall actually that's there as well. They're kind of hidden. Like you guys don't actually even know that they're there right now. Only Tallulah knows. So
Okay.
let's see. Did I get the scouts on here? I did. So then we're doing this guy. And
While we get set for combat, I'm gonna go say goodnight to my wife.
all right,
Good luck.
so Thunderwave. Let's go ahead and do that first. So 15-foot cube.
Oh, wait.
So yeah, I would get all of the guards. They have to make.
I think it's 10 feet away from me. All right. Oh, 15-foot cube. Never mind.
Yeah,
That's
so
even better.
yeah, it would hit. Yeah, also the captain, the veteran there.
How high up is that wall, by the way?
It is about 20 feet up. It's not super high, but they're definitely up on the wall. And there's no way, obviously, from the front to get up the wall. They have to make con saves, looks like?
Yep.
Okay. So let's do that for guards. They got 5.
My DC's 14.
Alright, so let's see, so that'd be 1 fails. So on a failed, they get knocked back 15 feet? Or
10 feet.
10. Okay, so
It's
not
2
from here.
fails.
Right. There. Yeah, and then so it's the 1, 2, 3, and then this one. It's not 10 feet to there. And then they all and then it's what? It's the ones who succeed take half.
Yep. So they take 10 on a fail and 19 on a. Wait.
19 on a fail. So that one
Yeah,
actually
10 on a-
that takes these down. And then these guys are like on death's door. I'm not gonna bother marking them. They all like just barely survived that.
It would have hit this guy too.
Right. One thing at a time. Con save. That one also fails. It's knocked back 10 and takes 19 damage. That one's still looking okay. Alright. So then first up are the archers. So they turn and they see this happen, but they see some kind of like lightning happen behind, and that turns them around, and they start to see you guys coming up the way now as you're kind of sneaking. 2 of them are going to take. Let's see. Where are my scouts? So they get 2 ranged attacks with their longbows. So 2 of them are going to take shots just at Tala.
Oof.
I assume a 12 misses, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, for Tallulah. I think I said Tala. Yeah, these
Yeah,
are for
that misses.
Tallulah. All right, so
2
18
hits.
damage. And then one of them's going to shoot at Rollin and one at Amane as they see you guys kind of sneaking off to the side.
I rolled a 19 on my stealth check.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess who rolled?
I rolled a 15. I rolled a 15.
Well, so they were kind of alerted by this big kind of shock to just kind of look up, but you guys were kind of sneaking up, so you didn't get seen while you were approaching. But after they've been alerted that there's something happening, they do look down and see you. You guys aren't hiding.
Okay.
So yeah, one will attack Amane and one will attack Rollin. So for Amane, does a 15 hit?
No.
Okay, but the critical for 12.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
For Amane?
Oh, well, I thought it was shooting at me.
No, the second attack is for you. The second attacker,
Okay.
I should say. And they miss you
Nope.
completely. Not even close.
Okay, so I'm confused. So the first two are at
Sorry,
me.
they get 2 attacks. They get 2
Okay.
longbow shots. So yeah, those first 2 attacks were at you. 15 misses, but the critical hits. And then the second 2 longbow attacks there were for Rollin. And they missed horribly. They were terrible.
Yeah.
And now it is the Panther's turn.
Was it never my turn?
Charge in and die. It hasn't been most of our turns yet.
Okay.
And you rolled a zero initiative.
Hey, shut up about my 0, dude.
And so the Panther doesn't know about these guys or that one, right?
Nope, the Panther only sees the guards and the archers.
And the archers are on like a 20-foot tall wall.
It can get up there. Don't you worry about that.
Got a good jump, that's true.
I've played this game. It says no path available.
I'm assuming 11 doesn't do it.
It does not. They have a chain shirt and a shield. And, it just kind of, the attack just kind of bounces off the shield.
Okay, that's it for the Panther.
Alright, and then it's your turn. By the way,
All right.
Rollin goes before these guys do. Rollin's definitely got a higher dex.
I'm going to be attacking the archers.
Okay?
I will take my 4 attacks, but have the archers gone or not yet?
The archers have gone.
That's right, they hit me. So then we're just going to take my 4 attacks. It is not at advantage.
Okay? Alright,
So I'm assuming 3 hits.
That is a good question. Now I'm getting some practice managing multiple different sheets here. So let's see. The 20... Yeah, actually, all 3 of those hit. The 13 just hits.
Oh, so all 4 then.
Yeah, all 4 hit. So the first 2 take out the first one. The second 2 take out the second one.
The second, okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Overkill.
yeah, so, yep.
Alright.
Okay.
Anything else for you? Movement or anything else?
That's it.
Alright. Rollin.
Okay. I am going to... Oh man, I was hoping I was hidden because now I don't get
Oh,
sneak attack.
I didn't get the guards in here. That's my bad. Guards were so surprised they didn't even roll initiative.
So these guys know that I'm here? Is that correct?
Yeah, they all have looked down now and seen you, but let me really quick do just 3 quick guard attacks at Tallulah.
Well, one of them will be at the Panther, won't it?
No, this one would have rushed back. Well, sure. We'll just retcon it that way. That makes sense. So the first 2 at Tallulah, does a 15 hit?
Nope.
Nice. And then 16 to hit the Panther. That hits, right?
I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah.
Okay, 4 piercing to the Panther. Alright, back to you, Rollin.
Okay, since I'm not hidden from those guys, I'm not gonna bother shooting them. I'm gonna go right here. And I'm gonna attack him with my sword
Alright.
and miss. Now I'm gonna shoot him with my pistol.
That hits. Yep.
17 damage.
Downed.
And that's it.
Alright, so now we get the captain's turn. Trying to find its movement. There it is, 30. Okay. So it's going to rush back up to Tallulah. And it gets to make 2 longsword attacks.
Bring it.
At advantage because it's flanking.
Yep. Yep. I need that. Oh, yep.
Hey, you're the one that decided to sneak up there.
Fine. I have like 80 healing potions.
Okay. So that would be a 14 damage there for you on the
All right. I
crit.
spent my entire fortune on healing potions.
And
I am kind of.
let's see. Oh, actually, I guess it has. I read this wrong. So it can make 2 longsword attacks. If it has a short sword, it can also make a short sword attack. So yeah, it will make a short sword attack and badly.
Awesome.
Oh no, wait, 24 because it's flanking.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, only 5 for that one though.
Pff, is that all?
All right, so it takes that bonus action swing and gets you just a little bit of extra damage, and then it is the priest's turn. After that,
This is where I can
Rollin,
get
you're all up in my death zone.
It's okay, I have
the
evasion.
the priest is an interesting one here.
The cat doesn't.
All right, so they're gonna move down so they can see everybody. And
Well, the cat gets to go before you, thankfully.
So they see everybody coming down. They see Tallulah being handled. The first one is going to cast. Not that one. They're going to cast Guiding Bolt at Rollin. Oof.
What type of save?
That is a good question.
Guiding
No,
bolt.
it's just an attack roll.
Well, it's a disadvantage, but it still hits me.
Okay.
It just doesn't crit me because it's a
Aha.
disadvantage.
All right. So then that is just the 13. I don't know what the healing is for. That's weird.
Yeah, that shouldn't be there.
But you are now glowing in a radiant light.
Isn't guiding bolt like D8s or something like that?
Depends on the
Well,
level.
it says on here, invocation on a hit, the target takes 4d6 radiant damage.
Okay. No,
and
that's
the
right.
next attack
Okay.
roll made. Yep.
So that was 13?
Yeah, 13 radiant damage.
Okay.
And the second one is going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action. And is going to put a weapon right up next to the Panther here. 18 to hit for the Panther.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's at level 2. 5 force damage as it apparates a little sword next to the Panther and it slashes down at it for 5 force damage. And then is going to cast Sacred Flame as they look down the hill and they see Oz. I'm going to throw down a Sacred Flame at you. So you'll have to make a DC 13 Dexterity save.
problems.
Brian, are you there?
Yes. Well, you guys have mopped up a lot of them. Let's
You need to make
You
a
have to make a deck
save.
save.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I love that. I love that.
17.
Yes, it sounded like the most suspicious. Yes. Yes.
No, what happened? All right, and so yeah, you avoid the sacred flame coming down the hill at you, and now it is your turn.
All right. I will bonus action rage and then use 2 rage points to charge, which actually allows me to dash and then make a single attack. So.
You got a 40 movement speed though.
You're right. I don't think I even need to use it, so I'm not going to. I thought I was further away.
It looked a little further, I admit.
Yeah, it did. I mean, even if I go like around the little hill, I don't think it's still.
These
gonna make a
guys, I
difference.
didn't put this up here, but they are like on death's door. These guys are both hurting pretty hard.
Let's go here then. All right. We'll attack the one that's red.
Okay.
15.
Let's see for the guard. Just misses.
All right. And a second time. Nope. That's my turn.
Oof.
Huzzah!
All right, Tala.
Oh, look, it's my turn.
Yeah, you are way back here, dude. You didn't move at all. But you do have your one-time usage of the sword again to double your movement speed if you want.
Is it once per day? Or
It is. It's once per long rest. Or it might be once per short or long rest. Now I have to look. Banshee Soul. What did I make that? It is short or long rest. For Wraith Walk.
I'm going to just casually stroll over here. Like, I'm kind of taking on the attitude since I'm dead now, of just like things are kind of cool.
Alright.
So,
I told you things were cool.
So I'm just gonna go full 30 to here, and just stop.
Alright.
And like I did that with like a lumbering. Okay, here we go.
Anything else for you?
Nope. These guys are pretty much dead.
So one of the things you do have is Death Coil. You can actually make that as a ranged attack from 30 feet away.
Is that just is Death Quill just a
So basically, Death Coil has two options. You either channel it at an undead target, including yourself, to heal, or you can cast it at a living enemy and deal damage. And you have a 25 Death Coil pool. It deals that much damage. And there's no roll or anything. It's just direct damage that auto hits.
And I can keep casting. I can cast it over and over again.
No, it's just you have a 25-point pool, and once you use it, it's gone until you replenish it for a long rest, I believe. It's kind of like Lay on Hands, but it's just your dark version of your Lay on Hands that's now changed.
Right.
So if you
Yeah,
wanted to make that as a ranged attack, you could.
Are these guys up here?
Yeah, so those two are the priests. So did you want to cast at one of them?
Yep.
Okay. How much of the pool do you want to put into them?
15.
All right. So you deal 15 damage to the first priest, and he takes the hit as kind of the dark magic kind of surrounds and kind of eats away at his skin and his robes a little bit, and he's looking hurt from that. And now it is Tallulah's turn. I don't know where you went in the. Why are you at 11? That's weird. Did we skip you in the first round?
I don't think so.
No, he went first because he had the surprise action.
Yeah, he had the surprise.
And then he had and then he had his initiative after that. That's why.
Because he was the only one who got a surprise.
Okay, and then we didn't have you act in between those two, though.
It's true, you didn't.
Whoops.
Oh, that's fine. Everyone keeps getting into my death bubble.
Well, we'll have you go right now, and then we'll have you go again when it's your turn.
Oz, you're in my death bubble. My whole plan was just to spam the shit out of Thunderwave.
Do it!
Spam.
Do it!
You can't hurt me.
3rd level Thunderwave.
Alright, so these two are gone no matter what happens.
Is that a dex save?
Con save.
Con save. Oh, I thought it was a dex save.
I have a
Basically-
plus
basically
+7 in
splash
con, and
pad.
I rolled a 2.
And the veteran is going to make a dex save.
And the cat.
No, it's a con save, not a dex save.
Oh, fine.
So what did he roll?
Oh, we'll take the 8. That's fine. So they get pushed back 10.
And,
how much damage?
11
11. And Oz is also knocked back 10 feet.
into the panther.
Yep, so the panther gets knocked back 10. Or 5, just they...
Oh, I'm gonna
Run
hate
into
you
each
if
other.
that takes it away, Thomas.
I had the Thunderwave plan.
Alright.
I just forgot to explain that to everybody else.
And
Not my fault.
And now it is the panther. We'll say you just held your action for that. And then, so now it's the panther's turn.
How tall is this thing here?
It's you can go straight there. It's just a little ramp.
Oh, it's like 10 feet or something like that?
Yeah, I mean it's so basically as you're walking up the path, and then right here is where the ramp starts, and the ramp hits its crescendo here, so you can go around in either direction or into the tower.
Cool.
It's just it's not even very steep.
Gotcha. The Panther's going after that one.
Yep. Let's find my priest.
Jesus, what the fuck? Okay, the Panther can die now.
All right.
And that's it.
All right. Let me put up some battle music. I even forgot to change it. We were just sitting in Duskwallow Marsh for the last little bit. All right, Amane's turn. So now you get to try to avenge the actions of your panther.
I should have moved. Nope, I'm gonna attack those two over there. I forgot that they were still there.
Ooh! I bet two of them are dead.
I bet you both are dead.
All right, so the first attack going at this one, the 27. Well, they both hit, obviously. So the first one hits and almost destroys it, and then the second one also going at this one.
Yeah, just first two attacks at one, and the last one at another.
Yeah, actually, the first two hit, and then the second two hit this one, and so the last hit was for 15 damage.
Yeah.
Almost enough. It's on death's door up here at the top. Like it kind of falls down a little bit, and I'm realizing actually I deleted them out of the list because the first one had their initiative. Bummer.
Yep.
That's
Trick
okay.
that I here, just so you know, Jay, because I had the problem too. Trick that I use, I make the battle grid in Roll20 one square larger than the PCs can see, and I have an extra token off to the side of all of the ones that are on the board, and I use those for initiative.
That's a good call. All right, well, they'll go ahead and take their turn and shoot back at you real quick. Just a one. Let's see. That's my mistake. 14 to hit?
But I want to say no. No.
Alright, well after that they're going to climb down and they're going to start running this direction. And now it is Tallulah's turn.
Sorry, I forgot that I'm...
Tallulah.
the thing again. I'm gonna. Oh no! I can't do the thing I wanted to do. I don't have enough spell slots.
Oh
That's so sad.
no!
All right, so we're
That's
gonna.
what you get for Thunderwave and the Panther.
Yeah, probably. I guess I'll call lightning on this guy. Please make a deck save.
Alrighty. And
So he takes 9.
alright, and he is starting to look pretty rough. Anything else for you?
That's it for me. Actually, I'm gonna move.
Yep. Behind the big armored orc. I like it. Alright, well now it's the veteran's turn. Gonna run up and try to protect the priests. Gonna go ahead and attack. Let's get 2 longsword attacks and a short sword attack. Looks like all those would hit the panther, right?
Is his dex higher than mine?
Oh, did
Yeah,
did I skip you, Rollin?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. You're right. No, it is totally your turn. I don't know how I skipped you on that.
That's all good. I'm gonna
That's weird.
shoot. I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
Okay. Priest. Nope.
I'm gonna shoot
11.
again.
Yep, 24 hits.
Fuck you. He's dead.
Yep. Confirmed. Confirmed kill. Anything else for you?
I'm gonna move right into this guy's face, except I'm gonna move behind him.
Okay.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. That changes their plan a little bit. They'll turn around and attack you.
Guy.
Let me re-roll those really good attack rolls I had. And with your cloak, all of those miss.
Yep.
And at that point, they are also going to call a retreat and get to about here before you may make an attack of opportunity if you like.
Of course I would love. I would love to. I'm sure that doesn't hit.
It does not hit. It bounces off of their splint mail. And they'll make it to here. As you hear them calling out for help, they're being attacked back here. And then again, I managed to delete this one out, but it said 5. So the priest is going to go. I was actually almost right. Alrighty. And so this priest is starting to panic a little bit as everybody's running up, and they've kind of lost their friends here. The spiritual weapon, by the way, went away. That was the second one's. So that's gone.
Nice. I didn't even know it was his.
And he's going to go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt at 3rd level at Oz. And miss, because 7. And is actually now going to retreat back into the fortress and shuts the door. They no longer appear on the map. Oz.
Well, now I will spend my 2 rage points to charge,
Okay.
and I will attack with advantage.
I was like, oh! Yeah, 22
20.
definitely hits.
22. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Just a massive shot. Knocks them down to 1 knee, and they're bleeding profusely. But still alive.
Then I will action surge and attack him again.
Alright.
14.
14 misses.
Second
as you-
attack. 13 misses. All right,
13
I'm done.
misses. Tala.
Holy crap! We're talking about like this. It just keeps getting more screwed up.
Yeah. Everybody just ran right through this one. This was a no problem for you guys. Now the priest retreated in here and has now closed the door to this little sentry. So it's like a little mini castle.
I've got a solution for that.
Yeah, but you go at like turn 5.
I'm gonna walk up to there. My death put when I want to redo that is a matter of long rest.
Yeah, but you still have 10 left in the pool. But you do have to be within 30 feet?
Oh, I thought it was 30. I thought it was 40.
What did I do?
30 feet.
30 feet, yep.
So I'm gonna stand there because you said this door's closed. I can't get to this guy. So I'm just gonna sit. I'm just gonna stand.
Alright, so stand and guard. Panther.
How tall is the tower?
This
Like
tower?
60 feet, something like that.
Yeah, it's like multiple stories up. It's meant to be like something they can climb to the top to and see everything.
It's a watchtower.
Yeah, it is. It's basically a watchtower.
He's got a climbing speed though, so.
We'll say it is 50 feet high.
You whore. Alright, so he'll move 10 feet and then climb 30 feet up.
Okay. Now it's pretty much a straight vertical, so he can't just sit on it.
He'll wait. Fine, he'll just come here and he'll wait.
We'll say if he
He'll
wants
just wait.
to, he can leap, and he can make a dex check. The DC
Wait,
is not
didn't I-
too high. To get that extra 10 feet to get to the top.
No, it's all good. We'll wait.
Okay.
Alright, that's it.
And now it's your turn. For the actual player.
And I'm gonna shoot the door to try to damage it and whatnot to open it.
Alright.
Or can I shoot him?
It's a wooden door. I mean, yeah, you can shoot either of them.
Yeah, I'll shoot him instead.
Shoot him! Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
this guy too.
Yeah, that's gonna pick off both of them. Easy. They
Easy
were
peasy.
both at 1 HP.
Gotcha. Yep, that's it.
All right. Well, now that we've kind of dissolved out of combat, there's really no enemy
Well, hey,
combatants.
Oh, no. We can still kill that mage.
So I've got this thing, and when you hit an object, you maximize the weapon damage dice against the target.
Aha.
So I'm gonna go hit that door
Okay.
until it breaks with that. I don't know how many strikes it would take. How many hit points does a door have?
I've got a number in my head.
Okay. I don't think I can sneak attack a door.
Nope.
But that'll be
Why not? The door didn't see it coming.
that's fair. It's a good argument. That'll be 9 damage with each strike then.
Okay. So you go ahead and start hacking at the door, and 3 strikes later, you knock down the door, and the priest is in the process of climbing the stairs, trying to get to the top. They're
I'm gonna
about,
shoot
they're
him in
about
the leg.
30 feet up.
I'm gonna shoot him in the leg.
Sure.
What is it with our party and shooting people in the legs? And beating their legs and breaking their legs and
Don't make us shoot you in the legs.
I did 24
Kneecaps.
damage to him. Does he still have a leg?
Yes, but it is highly mangled. And, yeah, I mean, I think we can retcon this. He's got like 5 HP left. You guys pile in and destroy
Okay.
him. Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, I could shoot him again.
sure.
No, I shoot him again.
Alright, so you guys easily run through this party guarding the southern gate, and you guys actually take a second to climb the stairs of the tower. You get to the top and look over, and you see just a massive massacre of the Alliance. The Horde flown in from ships, the orcs and the
Trolls?
the orcs, the undead army, and the Sindarai army, all coming in ships, docking on the coastland, and just wailing at the defenses on that side. And then from the east, the Troll and Tauren armies came in and are just flooding through the gates. You guys also notice an interesting thing. Garrosh and Malkarok, the two main orcish leaders leading this charge, they also have dark shamanic, like dark shaman, that are casting and controlling molten giants, and they are smashing down the walls. And yeah, it's just mayhem. They are destroying most of the fortress, and the few Alliance that do manage to flee into the water get shortly taken out by ranged spells, and Northwatch Hold is yours.
Yay! Woo!
And with that, I think we'll take just a quick break. We'll take like a 5-er, and then we'll come back for the last hour or so of our session tonight.
All right.
Cool, I'm gonna get some ice cream.
All right.
No.
Yes!
No.
We'll be right back.
Yes!
restarted once again. Alright, so you guys have finished up the battle at North Watchhold. You guys are still sitting up on top of the battlements, kind of looking over at everything. You guys are at that topmost, the top leftmost one up here, and kind of looking down as destruction is just raining across everything, and Horde members are just charging up the hill and finishing off the last of the Alliance. And you guys also, you still notice those Molten Giants just smashing everything. But the Dark Shamans start kind of undulating, and it looks like they're trying to de-summon them. But they're having a lot of trouble. You start to hear the Molten Giants like turn around and roaring at them like they're angry. And you also kind of see them... like the shaman are starting to look around, and they're a little bit concerned, and the Molten Giants seem to be holding their position for the most part. They start to turn around and they start to lumber towards the shaman.
Hmm.
I'm glad I don't have to fight one of those things. That would suck.
Do you guys just stay up on top of the sentry point?
Ominous foreshadowing.
Um,
Do we...
But you guys are pretty far away. Like, these are down here at the bottom gates. Like, you're looking down at this happen, and they continue to cast, and the Molten Giants start to slow their walk forward, and then they start to lose their form and shrink down, and they kind of like shove them down into this like really tight, really dense pebble, and then it just kind of drops and is inactive. But you can tell that like the shaman are spent. They're incredibly tired, and then all of a sudden, the earth starts just shaking. Like there's this giant earthquake that just rumbles through, and you guys were all here in not right here, but in this general part of the world when the cataclysm shook. So you instantly start worrying, like, but eventually the quaking does stop. But it almost feels like a small aftershock of something like what happened in the cataclysm. It wasn't nearly as bad, but definitely like a violent earthquake.
Was that a shamanistic thing, or do we don't know?
You don't know. But you just definitely know that there was a big earthquake. And a few of the walls that were already kind of damaged do crumble while the earth shakes. But you guys are up on the sentry point. You kind of brace yourselves, and nobody falls over, but you see everyone kind of stop. And then once the quaking stops, they go back and they start cheering because everybody's won, and they've taken over the castle. I mean, they've taken over the hold in general. And what would you guys like to do?
I guess go see if we can find Bane.
All right.
Whoever's gonna
I like
give
that
us our
plan.
next assignment.
Yeah, so you guys look down and you see Bane, and he's got one Tauren with him, and he looks like he's making he's looking around, and he's heading in the general direction of Garrosh.
Rollins gonna come up short and then look around to see if the boats have made landfall.
Yes, they have made, all of them have made landfall. You see several ships that are of Forsaken make, a few that are of Blood Elf make, but most of them are the same, the Horde ones. And you actually see way off in the distance, you can barely make it out from here, but you can see Ratchet, and it has what looks to be some supply ships there as well that are of Horde make. Like, they made landfall in Ratchet and kind of, put together a bit of a supply run there, and then they kind of sailed down from from there and from the Orgrimmar docks.
Roland's gonna wander off looking for Sylvanas.
Okay. Everybody else is heading towards Bane.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So you guys head down, and Roland heads out towards the docks, and but the other four of you do eventually get down to about where Bane is. But before you can reach him, he does find Garrosh, and you see Malkarok and Garrosh having a discussion. He says, "We have not only defeated the Alliance, we have shown our mastery over the very elements." And you see Bane running up to him and saying, "What you have shown is that you are reckless, Garrosh Hellscream. Kaor Cloudsong has told me that the Earthen Ring has specifically forbidden this kind of magic that you're meddling with." Malkarok looks back at him and says, "You will address him as War Chief." "Very well, War Chief. Your choice to use these molten giants is an offense to the Earth Mother and the horde you claim to lead. Do you not understand what you're doing? Did you not feel the angry wrath of the Earth itself? You could bring about a second cataclysm by the ancestors. Did you not learn anything from the first one?" And Garrosh looks back at him with kind of a scowl. Says, "I have made the cataclysm work in our favor. This is the first major step to complete the utter conquest of the continent. Theramore falls next, and I will use whatever tool I need in order to achieve these goals, Tauren." And he looks kind of dejected, again hearing the same kind of rhetoric from Garrosh that he's heard the whole time. And Malkarok's kind of interposing himself between the two. And he says, "I have lost many braves today, obeying the War Chief's words. I have no desire to lose any more Horde lives needlessly. I speak only for concern, and you know that, War Chief." He says, "Your concern is noted, but unwarranted. I know what I'm doing. I know what my shaman can handle. These are my methods, High Chieftain. Next step, we will march to Theramore, and there I will cut off the Alliance supply chains from Kalimdor and destroy the Proudmoore bitch who confuses diplomacy with meddling. I will hear no more word from you about your concerns. Do we understand each other?" And you see Bane kind of flatten his ears and his nostrils flare as he responds, "Yes, my War Chief, you had made yourself quite clear." He kind of walks away, and Garrosh goes back in the general direction of the docks. And if you guys want, you can approach Bane now.
Yes, please.
Sure. I'll say so. I guess we're going to Theramore then, huh?
It would appear so. I think the plan is to encamp here for the day and the night, and I imagine we will receive our orders in the morning. Many of our Tauren have been marching through the day and night, and they will need rest. And I imagine you guys making it here have also could use a little bit of a rest as well.
I shrug. I guess we'll await the morn, and
Okay.
we'll walk away.
All right, so you guys are able to find plenty of space here to encamp. They kind of have makeshift camps already made for the Alliance that we're staying here, so you guys can kind of just take those over. But as you guys are setting up for actually, we'll go for Roland first. Roland, you head down, and you kind of ask around, and you get the information that Sylvanas did not actually come with the troops here. She instead sent a representative, and his name is...
Grand Apothecary Putris.
No. Frandis Farley.
Ragnaros, I know that one.
That Ragnaros is a fire giant.
Ragnaros.
Wait, aren't there fire giants here?
Well, no, those...
There you
Different.
go. Nope, Ragnaros is here.
Yeah. It was. They were summoning Ragnaros. It is what it is. So yeah, it's Frandis Farley has been sent to represent Sylvanas in this war effort, and has brought the forces and is leading them. He's one of her main underlings. And a quite capable warrior himself, even though he's pretty much just skin and bones.
Well, I'll be dejected that she's not here, and then I'll go look for the others.
All right.
I was gonna go bitch about Garrosh to her.
Yeah. All right. Is the music being all skippy to anyone else? It's weird.
A little bit.
All right.
It seems mostly okay to me, or at least I haven't noticed it if it is.
Okay. All right. So you guys are beginning to get ready to bed down for the night. The sun has gone down, and you again get a message from Bane summoning you, and he kind of tells you the area that he's staying in the Tauren encampments, and it seems like he had said in the missive that to come alone and to kind of come to him. That's what I'm looking for. Discreetly.
All right. I'll stand up and just walk straight to wherever it is that he's supposed to be.
Okay. So, anyone else going, or is it just Oz?
I'll go.
I'll go with Oz.
Okay.
I will go too.
Why not?
Hell
all of
yeah,
us?
we're all going.
Everybody's going. All right. So you get to the area where the Tauren have kind of set up camp, and there's a large, kind of like a war tent where he's kind of set up alone. You walk in, you're let in as they were expecting you, and he is there with one other person who you have not met before, another Tauren. But you guys do recognize this as a long walker. They kind of serve as almost like a spy network for the Tauren. They're almost like messengers, but they mostly work in the shadows and are very good at blending in with nature because they are shamans. And so as you approach, Bane says, "Thank you very much for coming, champions. I appreciate you being called back so swiftly after I had sent you away. I apologize for the inconvenience. I've made a decision that I do not take lightly, but I've decided to send a missive to Jaina Proudmoore. I've decided to send Perith with this missive, but as he is going to be traveling in Alliance territory, I would appreciate it if you would accompany him."
To what end? What is the purpose of this?
Well, there is a message that I wish to give to Lady Proudmoore. I don't feel comfortable giving all the details. Perith has the information and will be delivering the actual message, but I would like it if you would take this. And he hands you a curious item, a mirror. The Mirror of Friendly Scrying. It says, with this, you will be able to look upon Perith, as he will allow you to scry on him as he enters Theramore. We're going to have him enter and not sneak into Theramore, but rather just, I believe, if he enters peaceably and approaches in good faith, I believe that Jaina Proudmoore will allow us to actually receive him and have the message delivered to her. However, in times of war like this, I don't really feel like I want to leave anything to chance. So I would like to send you along to make sure that Perith isn't captured and incarcerated. If he is, I would like you to sneak into Theramore and get him out. But I don't think that will be necessary.
This sounds like something that the war chief wouldn't approve of.
You couldn't be more correct. So I would have to ask, can I trust you with this?
Well, I don't know if we want to get involved with all that. I mean, tensions are really high right now, and I just don't want anyone to get more mad at each other.
Yeah, I'll help you out with it.
Oh, okay. I guess that's what we're doing now.
He says, I assure you, it's nothing menacing. I merely wish... And it kind of looks like he doesn't want to give too much information, because he doesn't... You get the sense he doesn't want all of you to be able to be captured and tortured for this information, but he's like, I merely wish to give them the opportunity to allow their regular citizens to escape Theramore before we attack it. My goal is to save innocent lives.
Oz shrugs and says, there's honor among warriors, and nobody likes Garrosh anyway.
Well
When
said.
do we leave?
As soon as possible.
Oh, wait, are the regular citizens there human?
Yes, it is a human. It is a human metropolis.
I
It's
don't know if I like that idea.
City-state. But
I don't know if I like this idea as much anymore.
all I can think is that when I think of Orgrimmar and the large area it has many war targets, but it also has an orphanage. I'd like to think that if the opposite was happening, that they'd at least allow us to save the children and the innocents before befalling some sort of siege in such a manner.
Yeah, I guess.
Very well. Perith will lead you through Duskwallow to Theramore. My suggestion would be to stay a safe distance outside of the walls of the city and just observe him with the mirror. If he comes in any trouble, then you can be right there to aid him. Or if he comes on any trouble on the road to Duskwallow, you can be there to help him as well. Perith kind of looks back at him like he doesn't necessarily think he needs this. He thinks this might be a little bit overly cautious. But, he's not really saying anything. He's just kind of, looking over all of you and thinking like, it kind of gives you all a look like, are you all going to be more of a help or a hindrance? But...
Can be whatever you want us to be.
Right. All right. So, do you have any other questions for him?
I don't.
Okay. All right. So then you guys head back out the back where you came, and you head back into Duskwallow Marsh. Let's see. Oop, not that. Where am I going with these maps? I archived that one a little too quickly, my bad. Alright. So you guys travel as pretty much as the sun goes down. You guys are all starting to get a little bit tired, but you did get a full rest in where a lot of the army did not. And so they're getting a little extra rest while you guys hit the road again. Let's see. So as you guys sneak through, you guys are going through Alliance-held lands. So I'm going to have you make a stealth check. As a group. And Perith will make one as well.
I just wanted to set the curve.
Oof.
How did I do that? Holy shit.
Kind of a spy,
Well,
isn't he?
you have disadvantage because you're in plate. So you got an 8.
So basically we failed. Pretty close.
Well, there's 6 in the party.
Ooh, that's good.
There's 7 actually because of the
Kitty cat.
Kitty cat.
And you guys aren't able to travel along the road So you guys are actually kind of traveling like in the wilderness at night.
Thomas needs to roll.
Did he fall asleep?
Do you want to?
No, sorry, I'm here.
I think
I'm
we
like-
woke him up.
I'm like,
I think we did.
no, no.
I guess there is one thing I should have asked is, as you guys are doing a stealth check, was there anything you wanted to do in preparation for it?
Pass without tricks.
Okay, so everybody's got a +10.
Okay, so that's fail. Pass. Yeah, so everybody else passed except for, ironically, Perith, who rolled a 3, to be fair. So yeah, you guys are able to get through Duskwall. You avoid. You come close to getting found out by a lot of random wilderness encounters. You guys see some murlocs as you're going by, crocodiles, spiders.
Wow.
Wow! Yeah, all kinds of yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. And you do manage to make it to the outskirts of Theramore. It's still in the early morning. You guys are like at maybe 3 in the morning. It's like super early. And let me get you guys actually there. So you can kind of see the gates from the outside. You guys are still kind of hiding out in the wilderness a little bit of ways away from the southern gate. And Perith says, go ahead and stay here. You can wait about 5 minutes, and when you use the mirror, I will not resist. I will allow you to just make sure that they don't try anything funny. And I'll probably be back in a little while. And like you see, he's a little bit nervous. Like, he doesn't quite know why Bane has sent him on this mission. He's a little bit apprehensive. But, you know, not his war chief, but his high chieftain gave him an order, and he's going to carry it out.
I'll hand the mirror to someone else and take a nap because it seems like this will be boring.
As soon as he enters the gate, I'm gonna start scrying.
All right. So you see him approach. You actually see with your eyes. You see him approach the gate, and he's just very slow and calm. The guards come up to him and are kind of holding spears, but they kind of the whole "what's your business" kind of thing, and then they kind of soften a little bit. They call over more guards, and about 6 guards escort him into the gates and into the beyond the walls. You eventually cast the scry, and you see him just kind of walking up towards the main tower in the middle of the city. He's let in and then is held in waiting for a moment or two, and then eventually is led up the stairs in the main structure, the main magical tower in the center of Theramore. And then eventually he's led into a room where you hear a soft female voice. "Leave us." And the guards turn to her surprised and respond, "Milady? Leave you alone with this creature?" And as the scry kind of shifts, it turns to Jaina as she's giving a sharp eye at the guards. She says, "He has come in good faith, and you will not speak so of him." The guards kind of color and bow and quickly hasten out of the room. And you see Perith slowly remove his hood of his cloak, and you see Jaina slowly turn her eyes awkwardly in the direction of the scroll, of the scry, as if she's staring straight at you through the mirror. She says, "Are you aware you're being watched, traveler?" And he says, "Yes, a precaution from my high chieftain, who trusts those eyes that are upon us." And
I'll give Jaina the middle finger through the mirror.
she doesn't seem to react.
Okay.
She seems to have saw the scrying orb, but can't actually. It's not a two-way mirror.
All right.
And as you see Jaina nod, she motions for Perith to continue. And he says, "Lady Jaina, My name is Perith Stormhoof. I come on orders of my High Chieftain, and he has asked me to give you the mace. He said it would help you to believe that my words are truth. And you see him hand her this wrapped package that she unwraps, and it's actually like a small warhammer. And she says, I would never mistake Fearbreaker. I knew you would not. Lady Jaina, my High Chieftain thinks gratefully and highly of you, and it is because of the memory of the night that he received Fearbreaker that he has sent me with this warning. Northwatch Hold has fallen to the Horde. It further wounds him that in this victory it was won with dark shamanic magic. He despises these actions, but to protect his people, Bane has agreed that the Tauren will continue to serve the Horde as they are needed. He wishes me to emphasize that at times this obligation brings him little joy. Well do I believe that, but still he has participated in an act of violence against the Alliance. Northwatch Hold is only a start, Perith says as he interrupts her. Hellscream would reach much further than a simple hold. His goal is nothing less than the conquest of the continent. He will shortly be ordering the Horde to march on Theramore, and mark me well, their numbers are strong. As you are now, you will fall. My High Chieftain remembers the aid you gave him, and has asked me to warn you. He has no wish to see you caught unawares. And Jaina looks just stunned, like her mouth is a little bit agape, and then she kind of shakes it off and says, Your High Chieftain is a truly honorable Tauren. I am proud to be so highly regarded of him. I thank him for this timely warning. Please tell him that it will save innocent lives. He regrets that a warning is all he can give you, my lady. And he asks you to please take Fearbreaker and return it to the one who so kindly gifted it to him. Bane feels it is no longer his to keep. And she looks down at the mace, and she kind of pauses for a moment, almost like she's remembering something, thinking about some other thing that happened. I will see to it that Fearbreaker is returned to its former owner. And then you see Jaina quickly run over to a desk and write a small note she kind of stamps it with her own seal and gives it to Perith. This will ensure your safe passage through Alliance territory if you are caught. And he kind of laughs. He says, I will not be caught, but your concern is appreciated. And tell your noble High Chieftain that there will be no rumors of a Tauren Longwalker visiting me. To all who would ask, I will say that word reached me through an Alliance scout who escaped the battle. Please take refreshment and then return safely.
Roland's gonna be like, oh shit, we left that guy tied to a tree.
Yeah. Yeah. May the Earth Mother smile upon you, lady. I understand my High Chieftain's choice now, even better, now that I have met you. One day, perhaps, we'll fight on the same side. One day, perhaps, but that day is not today. And then they just both kind of, bow, and she allows him to go. And the scry kind of trailing behind him as he's led out. And he's still kind of roughly handled by the guards as he's kind of shoved out the front gate. But that's it. He comes back out to you. And says, okay, well, message delivered. I guess we'll need to get back to Northwatch Hold.
Okay. I'm gonna keep looking at him in the mirror as we're walking.
Well, the scry is worn off by now. It's only I think it only lasts 10 minutes.
He's still looking in the mirror.
Yeah,
Now he's just looking at himself. Ooh, I'm so pretty.
Man, I look dead.
Super dead. All right, so I'll have you guys make another stealth check as you guys head back to Path Without Trade. Now wait a minute. Did you have the spell slots for this? Just saying.
Well, tell you what. If he doesn't, I can do it, and
Okay.
I don't need spell slots for it.
Good to know, because that's only a 13 for Andrew because he's at disadvantage.
Yes, I definitely have the spell slots.
Okay. Let's see, what was that DC? I wrote it down over here. I really wanted to show you guys the battle as I had prepared, so it's higher going back. Alright, so which one... Crap, now I don't remember where the last ones ended. Okay, yeah, so... Wow, Newbie Cow was the last one, because we had to rib him to get him to do it in the first place. Let's see, so 24 passes, so... yeah, 19 passes... 3 fails... Pass, pass, and pass. So yeah, you guys are good. So you guys make it quickly back to Northwatch Hold. And you find that as the morning's breaking, you kind of half expect everybody to be getting ready to march. But you are surprised to find that that doesn't seem to be the case. Nobody is getting ready to march. They are just setting up camp, and they are just... By the way, as you guys pass on the road, you notice that, yes, that guy is still tied to the tree that you left.
We should untie him.
How you doing, buddy? How's your knee?
Well, it doesn't hurt, but it doesn't feel like it's functional, not that I've been able to walk yet.
Oh, we can fix that. And I'll pull my gun out and point it towards his knee. I won't actually shoot him, though.
No, please!
Alright, fine. I'll cut the rope.
Okay.
I give him some good berries.
Oh. Like,
oh, wait, no, I don't have good berry prepared. Never mind.
Okay.
On his own.
You give him just some berries.
It's looking
I mean, but they're good.
Suspiciously at them, like he doesn't know what's going on here. Like this person that you know, like hit him and broke his leg, and now is giving him food and knocked him out.
I'm gonna point my gun at him. Eat him.
And he like hesitantly eats them.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna start like backing away from you slowly, like
get out of here, go.
And he runs. He runs away. There's the Alliance scout that could have made it to Theramore and told them in the first place, but I still would have made you follow Parith out there. There was still, yeah. Anyway, so you guys get back, and you know, Parith thanks you for escorting him. You know, it's very helpful to not have to worry about being attacked by all this stuff alone. And he notices the panther that's been traveling with you, and gives you this to say thank you to Amane.
Ooh.
It gives your pet a +1 to hit.
It's still
damage.
it's still gonna miss.
All kinds of good stuff, including
you can revive your pet.
yeah, revive pet. So if he does go down, you can bring him back up.
So he
My
can go down
thunder
again.
waves have no restrictions now.
And your pet, your pet, whoever it is, also now has the tough feat. So more HP. All right. So is there anything you guys want to do for the day while you guys are in Northwatch, other than maybe sleep?
I'm gonna wander around and see if I can tell why they're setting up camp and not moving out.
Yeah, figure out what the next step is.
No one seems to know. A lot of people have approached Garrosh and tried to see him
Garrosh's like, I don't fucking know.
to ask that question. No, he actually has settled in that very tower that you guys had been in, and now it's being guarded by the Corcoran, and he's just not seeing anyone. Anybody that
That's not fair.
goes to ask him, he just stays in the tower, and he's not accepting visitors, so to speak. He's what do you call it? He's social distancing.
Maybe he's got coronavirus.
Maybe he's got to be in isolation for 2 weeks. No. So yeah.
Oh my god.
So you guys wait. So I guess we'll just fast forward because you guys wait for a couple of days, and still no word. On the third day, you actually notice Bane and Vol'jin going up to the thing and insisting that the Kor'kron let them through, and they actually do let them in to the tower to talk to him.
I'm gonna try to use the mirror-friendly scrying on Bane and see if he lets it happen.
He does, and there's
And I'll be like, "Oh, guys, there's something on the TV."
yeah. I'll spare you guys the long version of it because there's been a lot of like cutscenes. But basically, he goes to them. They both talk to him about moving and like that they think that they should be moving more. And Garrosh basically just shuts him down. Like, I'm the boss. You'll do what I say, and for now we wait. And doesn't give any reasoning. Just that's the way it is. And then finally, on the fourth day of all of this downtime and waiting, finally the word comes down that you guys are to get going. And everybody picks up and they take all the siege weaponry that they've gained from both right outside the Great Gate and Forward Command and now Northwatch Hold. And you can see they're actually like they're taking some of them down the road, but even on the sides where it's a little bit marshy, they have people that are kind of like setting down logs of wood in front as they roll it forward so that they can keep it going. And it's kind of a slow movement, but they take pretty much the same path through Duskwallow that you guys had to get to Theramore. And eventually you guys push forward as a squad, and anything that comes before you guys just gets annihilated and like added to the meat pile because you guys have just a massive army.
I thought you were going to say because we had a massive pile of meat that we're taking with us.
Well, you do. You have supplies that are being transported with you, but mainly just you guys have just so many swords with you that there's just no way that that anything could get in your way at this point until you get to Theramore. And then finally, eventually, you do arrive outside. You notice that the siege weaponry, though, has been built up outside of the gates. You also notice that there are a lot more ships in the harbor as you kind of come across. And you look out, and it appears that in those 4 days that Garrosh had waited to give the orders to march, Jaina had the opportunity to call in a lot of reinforcements, and Theramore is a lot more guarded than it was the first time you came through and saw through the scry what was there. So, as you guys approach, you actually get asked by one of the Kor'kron. They come to you, and they request your presence to go see Garrosh Hellscream near the front lines as they begin to set up the siege equipment to try and break into Theramore.
That's not good.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. So you guys go to see Garrosh, and he's kind of giving some instructions. He's talking to Malkarok, who they're trying to get people to sneak around to try and take out their siege weaponry so they can advance forward. And he turns to you all and says, Heroes of the Horde, I have a very special task for you. I have heard you've done a few things for Bane, and I could use a group with your skill sets. We had someone on the inside of Theramore who has kind of helped us a little bit in setting the stage to break into Theramore. However, he unfortunately was captured in the process. He is currently being held in the barracks, and we would like to see if you can sneak around the back to the harbor area and invade Theramore. But we believe that if you can sneak around towards the backside of the harbor, that is the one area of Theramore you may be able to infiltrate without going straight through the gates, as we're going to try to do. But he is currently being held in the barracks, best we can tell, and we would like you to try to break into the barracks and free our agent, Thalen Songweaver. He is a Kirin Tor mage that was undercover for us and has now been captured in the city.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and he seems very sincere. Like, you get the sense that he has not heard of your little escapade here before. And yeah. Then that's a high enough insight that you feel very confident he's being sincere and he's actually asking you to go on a mission. And this is not the first time that you've been asked, maybe not by Garrosh directly, but like by his Corcoran, and you've been given stealth missions like this before. That's considered to be like one of your bailiwicks for your team.
I was muted. I'm just impressed you used the word bailiff.
Again?
I know, right?
What?
It was muted.
I was muted again.
Oh no.
All right. Well, I shrugged and said, "Let's do it."
Okay. All right. So we're gonna give you guys a layout of Theramore from overhead, so you can kind of see the gate that kind of goes down to the south, and there's another gate. It's kind of off to the east, like the southeast. Those are the two main gates.
So I see here and here. Is that what we're talking about?
Right.
Here and here.
Yeah, those are kind of like the fronts of Theramore, and then
What a terrible design. Those gates are right next to each other.
yeah.
What if you live all the way over here and have to get out of town? It doesn't save you any time at all.
No, but up here in the north are like the harbor areas, and then Dusk Wallow. Actually, so this whole thing is turned sideways. So like north is actually kind of like this direction. So you guys are looking at this whole thing kind of sideways. So yeah, this is the eastern gate, and this is more like the gate that goes out to the south. But what he's saying is he thinks if you guys can sneak around to over here, it's indicated that over here might be a decent place to sneak in.
Are they going to drop us off there, or on a boat, or how's that going to work?
Well, that's up to you guys. You guys can either attempt to just literally sneak around the outside gate area, but you are at higher risk of being seen that way. Or if you have he's leaving it up to you. You guys are kind of an expert at this kind of thing.
That seems like a
water
long...
breathing.
Oh, there we go. Just get close enough and literally walk to the shore. How far is it from this island to here?
Water breathing lasts quite a while.
It's to scale.
I lied. I can't cast water. We didn't take a long rest, right?
You did. You took multiple long rests.
Gotcha.
I say we get a little rowboat to here, then we cast water breathing, and we just walk across to here, underwater.
Sure.
Works for me.
Okay.
I think me and Tala could actually do that without water breathing.
Pretty much. Alright, so you guys make it there easy enough. You guys kind of take a long roundabout thing, and they're really not looking out in that direction. They're setting up their siege equipment to defend these two gates. You don't see anyone up on the walls over here. You imagine that if people started scaling the wall, they would see it, but they don't have anyone literally posted up on the wall looking. And so you guys cast water breathing, and you guys scoot on over here. And as you come up, you see that there are people manning the harbor, like out not here, but like further up in the distance, because they are getting ready for an assault from the sea. Because you guys see multiple horde ships that are approaching. Now they're kind of sitting, waiting for the main attack to start, but then they're planning on coming in from the harbor.
Is it day or night?
It is day. Yeah, it's pretty much like noon right now. You guys started marching in the morning, and it didn't take very long to get out here. So as you come up and you go to sneak around, I'll have you guys make a stealth check.
We'll do the pass without trace.
All right. Stealthiness.
Fucker.
All right. So as a group, we've got 28, 20, 19, 19, and 18, which I'll pass, and it's just the 13 that fails. So you guys are able to make it around. There are a few people posted in this tower, but you kind of sneak around the backside. Like there's a little gap in between the wall and the actual sentry post. So you guys head around there, and you sneak around the inside, and there is actually nobody posted right here as you guys go through. They've all gone out to the harbor and are manning the ships and getting ready for the ships to come in. They haven't seen any large forces, so they're not manning this part. But as you guys come through here, you start to see more people gathered out. And pretty much most of the people in the city are below this line. They're kind of like out here manning, waiting for the attacks to come from these two areas.
Where is this guy supposed to be held?
He's in this.
In the barracks, yeah, in the main building. You suspect that if you go into the main building, you probably will find people in the barracks, but they're not just sitting out here in the open.
I imagine we would do something like this then. Is there a door right about here?
The door is on the front end, and let me actually give you guys a better... So as you guys get to about here, we'll actually switch the maps. You guys do see your first troop of Alliance soldiers as you approach here. And I just flipped the map on you again. I apologize. I should have taken those from the same angle. But
no, I got it. Just took me a minute. Are they moving? Or are they standing there?
No, they are standing there like they are preparing to attack if the gates open, but it looks like none of these people are really in charge of actually guarding the gate itself. You would know that they do have magi that would magically ward the gates, and so there are definitely people guarding them and up there. But you see the first troop are here.
Let's try to sneak past him.
All right, and I'll let you guys use the same stealth check. You guys did pretty well on your stealth. And you do manage to sneak past them without them noticing out there.
Is the door locked to the barracks?
Nope, the barracks are always open. The front doors to the barracks, and they're just not typically closed.
Okay.
So you guys sneak into the barracks, and as you're walking through, you do encounter a random guard that just didn't even see you were there. And he quickly goes to grab his sword and swings at the closest person, which happens to be Rollin. Let's see. Random guard, where are you?
Nah.
Yeah, not even close. He's just completely taken off guard. I didn't mean to do
But
I assume he gets hit by a slew of attacks.
I hit him in the kneecaps.
Yeah. roll for kneecaps.
So let's see. I did 24 damage to there. Is he alive?
No, he is not. 24 damage is enough. Though you didn't,
Okay.
did you get? You wouldn't have got. I guess maybe you got sneak attack.
I am a swashbuckler. As long as there is only one enemy within 5 feet of me, I don't have to have him engaged with anyone else.
Nice. I love it. All right, so you stab him and kill him, and then Tallulah hits him in the kneecap.
I'll give her a thumbs up. Got him.
Yeah. All right, and so then you guys sneak down to the bottom of the barracks, and you guys see. Oh, you know what I'm realizing? I forgot to set up the handout for Thalen. Give me just 1 second. I just got to transfer this picture over. Oh, it won't take too long. This was one of the few things that I set up this morning and I forgot about. Come on, load the picture. You can do it, roll 20. Come on. So you see a thin-boned blood elf, and he is you can see there's an arcane rune on the ground, and he is shackled in these magical bindings.
I see the feet of the guard I killed too.
Yes, and the broken kneecap. So as you approach Thalen, he says, "Well, are you here to let me out of these chains, or did you have something else in mind?" He looks suggestively over at Amane.
I say we leave him.
Yeah, I vote for that too.
Okay.
We just all turn and walk out of the room. wait, come back.
Wait, no, I was just kidding. Please. Did Garrosh send you?
I ignore
Yeah.
him. Can somebody deal with the arcane stuff? That's not my department.
I cannot.
No.
I can paralyze him. That's about it.
I suppose we'll have to kill him then from so they can't interrogate him.
Yeah, seems about right.
None of us get through this. I could dispel it if I had time to rest.
Oh no. Like, well, it's an arcane trap of some sort. The only thing I can think other than dispelling it would be to trigger it. But that might hurt.
Stand back.
I grab one of my javelins and I just toss it in the trap.
It does go off then, and
You could have waited for us all to leave.
It only hits Thalen though. It only hits anything that's within
Shit.
within the circle. And it deals 4d10 force damage, which against him, yeah, 33. It hits him pretty hard. He gets knocked back against the wall and knocked to one knee, but he's a Kirin mage. He can take that. Not the worst thing in the world. He's like, well, then I guess it's just the shackles. Then he holds up the chains.
I can get those.
I just grab the chain. I just grab him with the chain, sling him over my shoulder, and start walking out the front door.
No, and he's like, I'm planning on. Now that the magic's been lifted, I can teleport myself out of here. Just put me down. Just need the chains off.
Can you teleport all of us out?
I mean, I could teleport you to Silvermoon or to Dalaran.
Why would I want to go there?
I assume that's not where you all want to go.
Why can't you can't just teleport us outside?
No, I don't. I would have to have seen it before. I mean, I could the best I can do is teleport you upstairs. I've only been within the city.
Have we were we told to bring him back, or what were we supposed to do with him?
No, just to release him. Just to get,
that's it.
Just to get him out of whatever he was being held in.
All right, bye.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, well, we'll kick him and throw his body at the soldiers over there.
Give me your hands.
His hands are like bound, like he can't cast. But yeah, okay. Wow, yeah, the DC was 25, so yeah, you got him out. Like, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And you see, he forms and forms a portal to Silvermoon.
Before he leaves, I'm going to say, you owe me one.
Well, if you're ever in Silvermoon, stop by, and I'll certainly look to pay. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, thank you very much for your help. You can have this. And he hands you a small ring. Funny you mention that, Roland. It's starting to become late. I almost forgot to give you the Ring of Fortune. That would have been embarrassing.
That would have been rude.
It would have been very rude.
Oh, well, thanks. That works. We're square.
Well, for any of the rest of you, if you are heading into Silvermoon anytime, feel free to look me up.
No one ever goes there.
And he, it's like,
You're
that's,
right, no one ever
he winks. He's like, "That's the point," and he steps through. So as you guys exit, you see that the Horde has broken through the southern gate and are have just been pouring through. You can see that there's fighting everywhere, including these guys that have engaged. And it's up to you guys if you would like to engage in the battle or just sneak back out. But at this point, it's up to you guys.
I mean, if they've already broken through, why would we just leave? They're just going to take the city over anyway.
Well, there's still a lot of fighting going on, and you guys see. So you see a lot of things as you come out. First of all, you see that this is just one small part of the city, closer to the gate. You see Garrosh has made it inside and is fighting a very memorable hero that you guys know from Stormwind, Marcus Jonathan. There's also Chandra's Feathermoon, who is one of the leaders of the Night Elven army. But up top of this tower, you see Jaina Proudmoore is just kind of throwing down frost shards at people and just kind of killing one Horde member after another with every single thing she shoots at. But then you see something much more concerning fly overhead. You see the large wings of a blue dragon, and not just any blue dragon, actually. I'll have everyone go ahead and make a history or arcana check, whichever you prefer.
I am dumb in both.
Ditto.
Trido.
Quadrudo.
Okay.
Quintetto?
Yeah, so nobody... Well, actually, 15's high enough. That's good enough for Goose. You recognize this blue dragon. You've heard stories of each of the four leaders of the different flights, and you recognize this as Kalikos, the leader of the Blue Dragon Flight. Former Aspect, but no longer has his Aspect powers after defeating Deathwing, but still just a massive blue dragon. He goes over the entire landscape and breathes frost, slowing a lot of the Horde fighters and catching a couple of Alliance, but he's pretty good at aiming. He reduces the ability damage for any of the friendlies that he breathes on. And you see they're starting to have trouble. The Horde is starting to actually falter a little bit inside the city.
I don't know. Do we want to be here if this bubble pops?
I don't want to be on this side of the bubble.
No, let's dip.
All right. So you guys all run out the backside. As you go through the harbor, you guys see that the aerial units for the Alliance have been destroyed. That was other than Kalikos flying above, all of the hippogriffs and griffins have all been destroyed, and that seems like that was the main focus. As a lot of the Horde ships have actually taken on a lot of damage and are being pushed back. You guys kind of slip out the side, and it seems like that all or nothing tactic to defend the harbor worked. But meanwhile, the Horde slipped through and were able to destroy their aerial defenses. And then you guys make it back around. Takes you a little while to get around, but as you get back to the side of Theramore, back out into Duskwallow, you see that the front gate that had originally been opened, that they started, that Kalikos actually had started grabbing like large trees, pulling them out of the ground, and then like dumping them onto the front gate. And it appears as though most of the Horde had retreated and escaped the battle, but some were trapped inside. But it seems like most of the big players at least made it out. But they were thoroughly rebuffed on the other side while you guys were escaping. All right, so we'll throw that encounter out of here. Boop.
Sorry.
All right, so there's a small sentry point area that, much like what you guys had seen before, where there were a small contingent of Alliance members, but there's another one that's shortly outside of Theramore that you guys had kind of taken over as like a fallback area. And as you guys see everybody falling back, you eventually see Garrosh and Malkarok back there. You having taken a lot of damage, and you can tell there's a lot of like the skin has frost damage in particular. And then as you guys are kind of walking back and approaching, you guys hear. You guys start to feel the ground shaking again. You almost think like. You almost wonder if it's the same tremors that you had seen at Northwatch, but you realize it's not anything like that. It's just Bane stomping past you as he doesn't really shoulder check anyone, but he's kind of like moving people out of the way as he's like making a beeline for Garrosh. He's got Hamul Rune Totem and Vol'jin behind him. And he shouts out, "Garrosh!" And he gets up to Garrosh and like grabs him by the arm and spins him around, and he shoves a blood-stained piece of cloth into his face. "That is the blood of a young Tauren who died obeying your orders, your commands. The commands that have left far too many stiffening in these muddy waters, and for no purpose. It is a more fitting decoration than your tattoos." You see Malkarok then rush up and shove him back, and grab him by the wrists and kind of twist. The two look like they're on the edge of just killing each other when Garrosh kind of finishes wiping the blood away from his face and says, "Let him go, Malkarok." And it takes him a moment, but eventually he lets go, spitting on the ground and walking away from Bane. You then see Garrosh staring at Bane for a moment, and everybody's tense. Like, everybody's really upset that they got rebuffed. But then Garrosh starts to crack a smile, and it slowly dissolves into full-on laughter. And you're all kind of stunned and taken aback. But then he looks at him and says, "You stupid beast!" And he points at Theramore and he says, "Our moment of victory has finally come." Vol'jin throws up his arms and shouts, "What in the name of the spirits you be talking about, Mon? We just lost. Not just lost, it was a disaster." Disaster? No, I don't think so. You're all very angry with me for waiting. You had secret meetings. You complained about me again and again. You did not trust my wisdom, my plans. And now, can you tell me what my decision to wait has brought to us? And he kind of looks over at all of you, and Habul says, "Defeat?" And, and I'll have you all make a perception check. Garrosh is looking unceremoniously happy with these results.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Alright, so it's only Amane who notices as these guys have started kind of infighting with each other and yelling. They're actually having to shout to be overheard. Because you start to notice this large whirring sound that is kind of just taking up all of the sound in the area. And again, you see Garrosh burst into laughter, but even louder. And then you see him draw up to his full height, his chest raised, and suddenly he's more serious than you've ever seen him through this entire process. It says, "Behold what happens to those who dare stand against the will of the war chief of the Horde." And he points again, but instead of pointing at Theramore, he instead points up to the sky. And you're already looking at this, Amane, but now finally everyone catches up to you. You've all been so engrossed in this exchange that you hadn't noticed that they were all shouting to have to be heard over the sound of this large whirring noise. But you all follow his gesture, and you notice a giant goblin sky galleon in the air. And for a second, you're not quite sure what you're looking at, but below it, you eventually all kind of notice there's a large spherical object underneath that's being held by the sky galleon. And Garrosh, as you're all staring up at this, Garrosh continues to rant, now screaming to be heard over the whirling blades as this thing grows closer to Theramore. "We waited. On my orders, we waited. We waited until the 7th Legion fleet, almost in its entirety, came to Theramore Harbor. We waited until the greatest generals of the Alliance, Marcus Jonathan and Chandris Feathermoon among them, came to aid poor Lady Jaina, to offer their best soldiers and their most brilliant strategists. We waited until Calicos of the Blue Dragons came, until 5 members of the Kirin Tor, including their leader Ronan, came. Ships and soldiers, magi and generals, all in Theramore. We threw ourselves at the gates, which our friend Thalen Songweaver weakened for us, and his loyalty was rewarded. While the Alliance focused on us, a small team infiltrated Theramore and aided in his escape." And he motions towards all of you. "And now we shall wait no longer." And he looks over as you guys see this thing that I'm going to play for the stream, while you guys can feel free to watch it on YouTube. Not that. Damn it. That was the wrong thing. There you go.
It's titled A.
It is A.
Someone's dropping a bomb.
Now you see
Someone set us up the bomb?
You see a large bomb drop from the sky galleon and explode right in the middle of Theramore, almost as if the bomb was guided to the main tower and explodes and just completely, you see a massive explosion, everything flying from the center of the city, and then as the explosion gets larger, it kind of like the brightness in your eyes, you are just forced to close them and look away. And that is where we are going to end tonight's session.
Sweet.
Rawl and golf claps.
I didn't know there were nukes in this game.
Apparently there are.
There aren't normally. That's definitely not something that normally happens.
It's true.
But
There
that
are
did happen
nukes
this time.
There are nukes in Total War.
That's true.
Doom rocket.
Where's my doom rocket?
All right, guys. Well, yeah, we made it to the exact point that I was hoping to tonight, so we should be able to finish it in one more session next Tuesday, pretty easily. Like we might even have a little bit of time to spare. I think next week.
I apologize for being dead right now.
Hey,
No,
that's
you're
okay.
fine. You good?
I mean, we've
Don't tell him
got
that.
we've got
Good story,
two
Thomas.
we've got two members in the party that are already dead, so it's fine. By the way, you all level up to level 8, so you may do that between this week and next week.
Andrew, am I?
And that will be definitely the last level. So feel free to plan for what you want for whatever the final thing is going to be in the campaign.
Andrew, sometime before next Tuesday, we
Okay.
got to find like 10-15 minutes to get your character set for the Eberron.
Okay. Before next Tuesday?
Yeah, sometime between now and next Tuesday. We could probably knock it out in less than 15 minutes.
Okay. I need to understand the setting and do that kind of thing still.
Okay, well, if you click on Eberron, the little hashtag,
Mm-hmm.
I
Some
put
stuff.
a little. Yeah, there's stuff there. I clipped.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close everything out for the stream. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you guys next Tuesday with the finale of The Fall of Theramore. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good night.